Pennsylvania at the Tricky Triangle, also known as Pocono. The 2.5-mile track is sure to give us a great race, and tonight's broadcast is presented in glorious high definition and brought to you by TrakRacer, SimInstruments, and Get Dirty MX. My name is JD Smith. With me tonight to call all the action on this three-turn speedway will be Kane Craft, and what a night we have. 80 laps here around what is one of my favorite places to visit. It's so unique compared to anything else we'll see all season long. There's something special about Pocono. Kane, tell us a little bit about what makes it special for you.
The great thing about Pocono is three different turns, three different straightaways. Every turn they come to is going to be completely different banking, different turn radius, and then the straightaways. Each straightaway is a different length as well. So Pocono is a track that makes the guys doing the setups very frustrated.
That's right. The guys in the garage have been working really hard this week in preparations for today's race. It is going to be very tricky indeed. Like you said, each turn was designed after a different track in the Indy Series, Kane. I can't remember exactly which turns are which. I think turn one, and if I'm saying this wrong, I apologize. One turn is after the famous turn one at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Another turn here is designed after a turn at the Milwaukee Mile. And then there's a third turn that's, I can't remember that third track, Kane, but it's just got a lot of history here. When they built this place, they wanted something that had a little bit of it all, and this track has it. It really does. I love there's a sign there on the exit of turn 3, and it says turn 4. What turn 4? And has question marks, and I love that sign. You don't need 4 turns to have a speedway, and they proved that here at Pocono. This place is a real challenge for these drivers. 2.5 miles, 80 laps. This is going to be quite a test for these drivers tonight.
It is, and these drivers have been tested already 13 other times, and it's awesome to see these guys come to now to week 14 and see how these guys are doing. Patrick Crabtree is leading the points. He's got about a 200-point lead over second place Jordy Lopez Jr. Malik Ray is in third place. Steve Esney's in fourth. Timu Evenin is in fifth. Greg McKinney's in sixth. Billy Price in seventh. Justin Bolton is down in 8th, and Charlie Foster's made his way up to 9th. Benjamin Burmeister rounds out the top 10.
Well, I tell you what, he's not in those points, but Michael Conti has been very hot as of late. Those of you that were looking for the race last week, we do apologize. For the first time in the history of our broadcast, Kane and myself took a week off, and it was well needed, and I think well deserved. Kane really deserved his week, and we did miss the race at one of my favorite tracks, the Monster Mile. Luckily, we will get to go there at the end of the season, but Michael Conti, I believe, was victorious at the Monster Mile last week. He also won, I think, 2 weeks prior to that, Kane. So he's been really hot as of late. It's going to be interesting to see if he can keep up this good pace going here at Pocono.
Yeah, it's true. I hope we see him tonight. He's really been on a roll here lately, winning both last week and the week before. I'm pretty sure he won last week. Like you said, we weren't here. I was chilling down at the ocean at South Padre and had a great time, but we did miss the show, and I had to log in and check and see what everybody was saying after the broadcast, see who won and how everybody placed. Even though I was on vacation, I still couldn't stop thinking about the race and how it was going.
Oh, it just goes to show you how good this series is, Kane. It really is a fantastic series, and I can't wait to get things kicked off here in just a moment. The guys warming up around the track. You mentioned a minute ago Patrick Crabtree in first place in the points. That's a fantastic job for that Raptor Ford Fusion. Him and his Raptor Ford Fusion, that team has been on point. And tell you what, he has made a lot of great decisions with some consistent driving, Kane. very proud of what Patrick Crabtree has achieved to this point. Now, looking at tonight's track, we got a new name on the top of the starting grid tonight. Our pole sitter will be Kevin King in the number 7 machine tonight. And sitting on the outside pole, it will be Stephen Esney. And big improvement from Stephen lately. You mentioned Kane, 4th in the overall points. That is still very in reach for him. Look who's sitting in 3rd on the starting grid tonight. It is that Raptor Ford Fusion. Patrick Crabtree does get the start in the 3rd position on the inside of row 2. On the outside of row 2 in the 4th position tonight, it will be the number 24 machine in the Jolly for World Chevrolet. That's Sasha Wessler, and he's going to be riding right in front of the 5th place driver, Alan Bowes. Back in 6th is going to be E.J. O'Rourke. 7th will be Michael Conti with his recent awesomeness as well. All you can say, he's just been on fire, Kane. Back in 8th in the starter row 4 on the inside there, or on the outside, I apologize, is going to be Justin Bolton. On the inside of the next row will be Ryan Lowe in the 9th spot, and on the outside of that 5th row will be Tyler Laughlin. Starting in the 11th position tonight will be Tyler Hill. In 12th place, sorry guys, it's a week off. You see what it's doing to me already, Kane. In 12th tonight, it will be the number 10 in the Ford Fusion. Looks like a new paint scheme for him as well. It's going to be Casey Tucker. First time I've seen him out of that Fastenal Fusion. I'm telling you what, Kane, I don't even know how to think of that, buddy. In the Duval Designs tonight. Jordy Lopez Jr. will be in the 13th spot. The number 11 Chevy SS Dream Racing Chevy is going to be starting 13th. Thomas Davis in the Amp Energy Chevrolet will be 14th. Timu Ivinen tonight in the LRM Chevy. He'll be starting 15th. Jordan Worth in the Wing Quest. And I tell you what, a Hank Hill, I tell you what, I love this paint scheme. It's Jordan Worth in the number 14 Camry. Nathan Saxon will be starting 17th tonight, with Greg McKinney starting in the 18th spot. Josh Fox will be in the number 17 Lowe's Chevrolet. He will be starting 19th. Brad Davies will be in the 20th spot tonight. 21st will be Brandon Coppinger. Jason Berg will be starting in the 22nd position. Robin Williams will be in the PMG Chevy SS, and I tell you what, Robin Williams has been fantastic as of late as well. Another driver on the rise. Matt Spangler, you can add to that list as well. He's starting 24th. Brad Newman in the 25th spot tonight. Jeffrey Parker will be starting in 26th place. Kyle McCormick will start 27th. Benjamin Burmeister in the 28th spot tonight, and rounding out the 29 car field will be my man Charlie Foster. Now, we know Charlie Foster can start in the back and work his way up through the field, Kane. We've seen it before, and I got a feeling we'll see it again. This guy is always on top of it. He'll be in the LRM Chevy SS tonight. He's also in the number 29 machine, the last row motorsports machine. Looks good. Even though he's last on the starting grid, he did not post a qualifying time. Therefore, he will start in the rear. It's going to be a great night tonight, Kane. I love Pocono. We're going to see a lot of drafting tonight. It's not quite like a draft at Talladega. It's a lot different. It's not like you're going to see partners out there, but you're going to have to use the draft on the long straightaways, especially the big straightaway between turns 1 and 2. It's big passing opportunities. We're going to see a lot of action in that section of the track tonight. As these guys get warm-ups completed, we look up to our number 7 in the, I tell you what, this guy is in the Cooper Standard Chevy SS, Kevin King on the pole, King.
This is the first time we've seen Kevin King in the Wednesday night broadcast show, and I'm glad to see him. Kevin King, obviously, most people know him from the DWC, or what we now call the NASCAR Peak Series, and he's done really well there, so I'm glad to see him here in the Wednesday night broadcast.
I am too. I am happy to see Kevin King here and wish him the best of luck. And tell you what, he's going to be starting on the pole. Now, this is a track where pole position not quite a big deal as some other tracks we visit. Some will argue that point with me, but I just think that there's too much talent right behind him to put anything too big on the pole. But I tell you what, we got Steven Esney starting on that outside row in his Scrabble number 4, and then Patrick Crabtree on the inside of row 2 in the Raptor Ford Fusion. This guy, I tell you what, I have been so impressed with Patrick Crabtree this season. He has really put on a great performance thus far, and it's going to continue to get better, I think, Kane. That driver is unbelievable.
I agree. He's really picked it up the last few weeks.
How about Alan Bose tonight? I want to go ahead and give him a shout out for this awesome paint scheme in the Monster Energy Toyota Camry. That thing is looking like a beast. He's in the 5th spot tonight. Look for Alan Bose to make a mark. All right, the pace car is on its way, so we'll be 1 to green, Kane, here. And I'll be the first to say I'm happy to be back on the air, Kane. We had a 600-mile race, then we took a week off, and now we're back, and I cannot wait to get this thing started. 80 laps tonight. Pit strategy will be very important. This is a difficult race. It can wear down tires in a hurry if you overdrive these turns, especially turn 1, in my opinion, the most difficult to get right. It's very debatable. It really depends on how the car's set up, and we'll see that will play a huge part tonight. Which turn do you set the car up for? Most people will say that turn 3 is the turn that you set the setup for, because that is the final stretch, and if you're going nose to nose for the win, if you have the best run out of turn 3, you're obviously going to win that battle to the start-finish line. I don't know if that's quite true, Kane. We have 80 laps here. I would say I want to have turn 1 tuned in perfect, because that's the longest straightaway on the track, and you want to make up the most speed you can on that long straightaway. The only way to do that is to have almost a perfect entrance, apex, and exit through turn 1. Very important. All this, that's why they call it the tricky triangle. It is not easy. It is definitely fun, and it's going to be starting in half a lap's time, Kane. The guys right now looking great. Kevin King following the pace car right now. The lights are out on the pace car. Will be 1 to go. This time by, we will be green, and I am excited. Heading through turn 3 right now here at Pocono in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. This is it. Kevin King taking us to the green flag. And here we are, Kane. It's week 14 racing, and I tell you what, it's fixing to happen as the pace car ducks down to the pits. Here it is, green flag racing at Pocono in week 14. We are about 8 cars wide in the back of the field. That's Jason Worth and company way back there. Guys really using and taking advantage of the really wide track here. You got a lot of space here, but a beautiful start out front for Kevin King. Steven Esney holds his 2nd position nicely at the moment. Back in 3rd, it's still Patrick Crabtree doing a wonderful job holding off the 24 machine of Sasha Wessler. Also making his move right now is the number 1 machine of Michael Conti. He's on the inside of the number 5 machine of Alan Bose. Good move right there by E.J. Rourke as well in the number 19 machine as he tries to make his way up. He had some trouble, Kane. Yeah, E.J. Rourke is back in the 29th position and is really struggling at the moment.
Yeah, some troubles there for E.J. Rourke. I'm not sure what happened, but he's definitely off pace and finds himself half a lap down.
Yeah, not the way he intended to start this race. And I tell you what, good battle going on right now between Tyler Laughlin and Casey Tucker back in the battle for 8th position. The Duval Designs Ford Fusion is trying to get around the Monster Energy Toyota Camry of Tyler Laughlin. This is going to be a great battle for position. Now Tyler moves down on the inside of the number 5 car. A great move right there as he's trying to make his way around Alan Bose.
Now, I know you mentioned Casey Tucker's new paint scheme already, but I'm having a little trouble keeping track of the new drivers with their new paint schemes after the week off. I'm a little out of practice, and these new schemes are throwing me for a loop.
Yeah, they'll do it, Kane. I'm trying to get acclimated at the moment. Great battle between Tyler Lawlin. This guy's on a move on the inside of Justin Bolton at the moment in the Best Western Chevy SS. And I tell you what, the number 8 machine of Tyler Lawlin in the Monster Energy Toyota Camry is right there with him. He has a great entrance right here on the inside, has the advantage. He should be able to take the lead through turn 3 here. Oh, he gets a little loose, Kane. That's going to cost him some big time, and it will cost him a position as we see Casey Tucker in his new Duval Design Ford Fusion make the pass. It's actually causing him a lot of time because here comes the 18 machine of Brad Davies down on the inside. I tell you what, that was he had a great run going, but just getting loose, you saw how much that hurt Tyler Lawlin there. Really put a strain on him. Out in the lead right now in the Cooper Standard Chevy SS, Kevin King, our pole sitter. A nice little lead out there. 0.7 of a second lead over Steven Esney at the moment. Steven looks good right now, but he does have a Patrick Crabtree who is creeping in on second place. Boy, Patrick Crabtree, a great run through turn 3 right there, Kane. Heads down towards the start-finish line, using every bit of the draft he can off of Stevens' Scrabble, a Chevy SS. Beautiful job driving by the Raptor SVT Ford Fusion, and he's looking really good. But he has some really strong competition on his tail. Came back and forth. It is the number 1 Abutu Chevrolet, and that is Michael Conti, last week's winner, and has really been on fire as of late. And here he is showing it again. He definitely has a strong car early here at Pocono.
Pocono is one of those tracks where it won't take long at all for the guys that are strong here to make their way to the front and be able to see who is going to do well here today. And we're seeing it right off the bat that the good guys are going right up to the front, the guys that's got the best setups and are most comfortable with this track.
Yeah, really can tell already. It really is a great battle as we see Michael Conti make the official pass around Patrick Crabtree. Now he's right up with Steve Azzini, Kane. He's going to look to get up here in a second. I think Mr. Conti wants to get out and lead some laps early in the race. We got a long 80-lap race, and one thing that's going to be important is fuel. We got to keep an eye on the fuel today, and I'm looking to see, kind of curious to see what the fuel window may be today. It looks like it's going to be around 30 to 40 laps, somewhere in there is my guesstimation on fuel mileage today. So we should see our first pits around lap 30. I'll say 28 at lap 30. We'll see. I could be surprised, but you're obviously going to want to stretch as much as you can, and a lot of that will depend on cautions. I don't think we're going to have many cautions today at all, Kane. This is a very wide open track. I think that the drivers will give each other plenty of room, and this is going to be a very crucial green flag pit stop race.
I hope you're right, and I think you are going to be right. Pocono is a pretty big track. There's lots of room here, and I don't think we're going to see as many accidents as we've seen in the past. Surely these guys have got to be tired of the caution field races and are going to start working a little extra hard to keep those cautions down through this last half of the season.
Look, we are 2 wide, 2 rows. Goes number 29 of Charlie Foster on the inside of the Amp Energy. Number 12 of Thomas Davis, side by side, battling for position. They have Benjamin Burmeister and Matt Spangler right behind them. And the 29 car of Charlie Foster has moved up into the 17th position. And the good thing about that, Kane, I told you early in the race, Charlie started in 29th in the very last position, and now he is already up to 17th in only 7 laps. This car is on fire. Charlie is here. He is not playing around.
Charlie's been doing a great job this season. He's really, the last several weeks, he's really come to and has really been doing well. We've seen him come from the back to have a great finish a few weeks ago, and it's just continuing on. He's really... each week he's getting better and better.
Another great battle right now between Jordy Lopez Jr. in the Dream Racing number 11 Chevy SS and also the number 6 machine of Ryan Lowe. And Ryan Lowe, great move down on the inside as they head through turn 2 here at Pocono. A great little move by the number 6 machine. But here comes the number 25 car of Brad Newton, makes it 3 wide at Pocono and passes both drivers. A beautiful move for position for Brad Newman. Now he's got to find a way to hold on to position as he jumped down through the middle lane, and it actually is going to work nice. Also, here comes the number 26 machine of Jeffrey Parker and the number 14 machine of our good friend Jordan Worth in the Wing Quest Hank Hill Edition Toyota Camry. And this is just what's
Trouble,
happening.
25 car spins it on the straightaway.
Oh man, Brad Newman had everything going for him. Coming down the straightaway, did he get into the wall? What happened?
It didn't look like it. Let's take a race recall replay and take a look and see exactly what happened to Brad there.
He got loose on the exit of the turn, Kane, as he's coming through turn 2. He clips the apex, starts heading back out and letting the cart just kind of ease back out towards the wall. And the back end just kind of steps out on him, or steps in on him actually, and he overcorrects, and that causes the car to spin around. And no damage done to the number 25 machine, but here at lap number 9, this could be an opportunity for some guys to come in and re-top off with fuel and put fresh tires on. We'll keep an eye on the front pack as the pace car leads Kevin King and Michael Connie around here on lap 10 of 80. So, Kane, we really could see a lot of guys heading down towards the pits this time by. It'll be interesting to see what the drivers choose to do.
Yeah, with only 10 laps in, it's I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. I'm thinking that they'll probably come in and get some tires as the iRacing Pocono and the NASCAR iRacing Series race here at Pocono does not have a tire limit, so I expect we'll see them come in about any chance they get.
Yeah, they're all coming in, Kane. Every last one of them are heading down pit road at the moment, and I don't think anybody's stayed out yet. No, everybody's coming in. So big pit stop here. Kevin King is your leader heading into the yellow flag pits. We'll see if he's able to get out first, having that advantage of that front pit box. The drivers are all in at the moment and getting 4 fresh tires, it looks like, for most. We'll see if anybody goes for 2. And looks like I see one in the back that may have done that. But no, it looks like 4 tires for most. Definitely going to be 2 tires for E.J. Rourke, who comes out first. So
from the start that EJ had, that he ended up so far back, yeah, he had to do something strategy-wise to get himself back up there. And we'll have to see how that plays out for him. It got him back up there, but with only 2 tires, so we'll have to keep an eye on EJ and see how he does.
I like that call early in the race, Kane. He was literally in 29th place, last in the field. He comes into the pits. I think I don't even know if he got 2 tires. That was so fast that I think that had to have been a gas and go, because he was the last one in pit road and was the first one off. Well, we'll find out exactly how his car will handle with these 4 fresh tires of the guys right behind him. I mean, you're talking about Michael Conti, you're talking about Kevin King. These cars are extremely fast, and they got 4 fresh tires on him. It won't take long for him to surrender. But you got to look, he was in 29th, so any positive is going to be better than what he had. So I like the call.
Yeah, I agree. It was a good call. 10 laps in, his tires have wear, but they're still capable of getting around the track.
Kane erase everything. He's ducking back into pit road. Something there. not what he wanted, so he's heading back down into the pits. So we'll erase all that, and wonder if he had a speeding penalty. It looks like that is going to be exactly what happened. That's why he got off so fast, Kane. He's got to reserve a speeding penalty.
Interesting. All right.
Also, Jordan Worth having to head back down pit road. Not good for him. You have a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit here, and you think that that would be easy to hit, but it's easier said than done. We also have Ryan Lowe in the pits right now, Jordan Worth, and who else is that? Nathan Saxon is there in pit road there in the number 15 machine. So here on lap 12, you got kids how they'll restart whenever they do. They still got at least one more to go as the lights on the pace car still on. Kevin King is in first with Michael Conti restarting in second. Stephen Esney will be starting third with EJ O'Rourke fourth. Patrick Crabtree back in the fifth spot with Brad Davies running in sixth. Starting seventh will be Casey Tucker and Sasha Wessler in eighth. Tyler Hill will be restarting ninth with Justin Bolton rounding out your top 10. Tyler Laughlin will start 11th, Alan Bowes 12th, Greg McKinney in 13th, Josh Fox restarts 14th. Timu Ivanen 15th, Kyle McCormick 16th, Benjamin Burmeister 17th, 18th, Robin Williams, Brandon Coppinger 19th. Rounding out the top 20 cars is the number 23 machine of Matt Spangler. Jason Berg 21st, 22nd, Brad Newman, Charlie Foster 23rd. So Charlie falling back a little bit on the pits. Jeffrey Parker 24th, 25th, Jordan Worth, Nathan Saxon 26th, Ryan Lowe 27th, Thomas Davis 28th, and lastly, Jordy Lopez Jr. 29th. And we got cars ducking back into the pits. Kane, they must be trying to repair some damage.
Maybe. Looks like EJ O'Rourke and Brandon Coppinger back in pit lane.
Yeah, definitely so. And this is one to go now, so we will be green this time by. The guys in the pits need to have a little bit of sense of urgency as they do not want to get caught with these cars restarting, trying to catch up. That will really, really put them some laps down. You want to stay on the lead lap at all possible today. That is going to be huge. Just stay on the lead lap as much as possible. Anything's possible here, obviously, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of cautions here today. This is our first one. I think these guys have got to utilize it the best of their ability, and here they come. The pack of drivers that were in the pits are rejoining the field, and it looks like our pace car is heading through turn number 2, and we got half a lap to green. Beautiful place in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this track is a favorite of so many drivers. It is such a fast, the speeds they get up to here are just crazy. It's got the longest straightaway in all of NASCAR.
That is impressive. Here they are heading through turn number 3. All eyes will be on the pace car as it gets ready to duck down into the pits as our pole sitter Kevin King will take us to green here on lap 14.
Green flag, green flag.
And it's green, green, green. Here goes the number 7 of Kevin King. Sorry, Kevin, I did it twice. All is well for Kevin King at the moment. Beautiful job. Gets down into turn 1. We're side by side with Stephen Esney and also Michael Conti. Tons of speed down this stretch. It's just amazing watching these cars come down. Beautiful move there by Brad Davies in the number 18 machine. He'll move up another spot right ahead of Patrick Crabtree. Now Michael Conti in pursuit of Kevin King. He is trying to get up there and get a new leader for the first time today. We've had Kevin King lead all 15 laps at this point. Stephen Esney really right there, have some good momentum on Michael Conti's bumper right there, but had to pop on the brakes a little bit. Here comes Brad Davies in fourth. He's trying to catch up to the front field while Michael Conti moves down to the inside of Kevin King. Not one, but both cars will pass. Stephen Esney on a double pass down on the inside, tries to get around Michael Conti, will not be able to make the pass right now. He hangs tight on the Abutu
Trouble
Chevrolet.
for the number 7 of Kevin King.
Oh, tough break for Kevin King. He's falling back inside wall. No caution. That is very tough for Kevin King. He'll rejoin the track, and that car is in rough shape at the moment, Kane. I don't see smoke, but it is definitely going to have to go to the pits for some major repairs. Not what the pole sitter wanted to happen. In the meantime, back up front, Michael Conti was able to pull off away from Stephen Esney. A great two-car battle for the lead. And now for the first time today, we will have a new car lead this race. It will be the number 1 Abutu Chevy SS driver, Michael Conti, your winner. And this guy has just been on fire. Your winner last week, he won 2 weeks ago. This guy is just on fire.
Yeah, tough break for Kevin King. We just watched the race recall replay, watched him get a little loose there. Maybe even a little bit of contact there from Brad Davies right behind him, but ultimately he got sideways, went through the grass, even made contact with the inside wall pretty hard. So a tough break for Kevin King, as he was doing great in his first ever Wednesday night race in the NIS Open Series.
Nice side-by-side driving right now with Timu Ivan and the number 5, Alan Bowes. Timu comes up hard, but will not have the momentum to make it around the fast number 5, Alan Bowes, in the Monster Energy Toyota Camry. Ahead of him is Josh Fox, and Josh Fox in danger of losing a position to the number 5. He will not, as he hangs in tight. He's snuggled in right in that draft of Greg McKinney in the Alliance Truck Parts Chevy SS. He's right there behind Justin Bolton.
Justin Bolton and Greg McKinney, a couple drivers that I expect to see come through the field a little later on as we get going into this race.
Brad Davies had caution out. Caution is out. Let's see exactly what happened around this field.
Looks like Matt Spangler's going to be one of the people involved.
Let's see where Mr. Spangler was at on the track. 27th, he was near the rear. The number 23 car definitely involved there. Oh no, Kane, we had some cars on the exit. Let's get the race recall replay up. Now what's going to happen here, you got Matt Spangler, and right in front of him in the 25 car, it's Brad Newman. And coming through turn 3, Brad Newman gets loose as the number 23 machine of Matt Spangler heads up to avoid it. He just, I don't know if he made contact there, Kane, but he gets loose trying to avoid him. And at these speeds, it doesn't take much to get the car upset like that and lose control. And that's exactly what happened to Matt Spangler there. A tough break for the 23, but I think he's going to be okay.
Brad Newman ended up heading into the pits, and I'm sure he didn't get down to speed in time. So some penalties forthcoming for Brad Newman as he flew into the pit lane. But I'm sure he'll still end up on the lead lap.
For my big race that I didn't think we were going to have many cautions in, we have 2 here. It's only lap 19, but I think things will calm down.
I do too. I think things are going to calm down just fine as these guys get going. It's still early, 20 laps in. These guys still got a little bit of early race jitters going on, and this track is very loose.
Brad Davies has been on the hunt, Kane. Started 20th. He's in 2nd place at the moment. This guy's got an excellent car today.
Yeah, some great gains there by Brad Davies. 18 positions. Speaking of gains, let's take a look at the rest of the drivers and see who has done as well or who's doing good on the gains tonight. Michael Conti up in first positions had six position gains to get up there into the first. Casey Tucker's gained 7 positions as the guys are heading down to pit lane now. Steve Esney fakes everybody, heads back out onto the track, and takes over that #1 spot.
I like it. Steve with the old fakeroo, man. Steven Esney, a fantastic job there. Fakes everybody out, and he'll be the leader once we get restarted. I like
Yeah,
it.
he
Let's
didn't.
keep an eye on pit road.
He didn't fake out Patrick Crabtree up there in second place. Also on the gains, Benjamin Burmeister's gained 13 positions to get up into the 15th place, and Kyle McCormick's gained 11. Michael Conti with the win off of pit road. Tyler Hill next in line with Casey Tucker and then Brad Davies. So Brad Davies finds himself down in the 7th position as of now, went in second.
Nice. Tell you what, man, this is going to be a heck of a race. We got all kind of stuff going on early, Kane, and this just has that feeling. I just got a feeling about this one. Well, Stephen Esney, the guy that stays out. Also, Patrick Crabtree stayed out. And then you see Michael Conti. Well, in front of him is E.J. Rourke, but I think he's going to get a wave around. No, they got him on
EJ does seem to be on the lead lap.
He does, so he'll be restarting third then.
Well, we'll see. Last time he was up there, he had some repairs to do and ducked back into pit lane. We'll see if he heads back down onto the pit road.
That'd be interesting to see. Yeah, you never know. It's hard to tell.
And there he goes.
Yep, ducks back down in, and we still got another lap here. Let's see if this will be. We'll get the one to go maybe this time by. And nope, not yet. We still have another pace lap in store. It looks like so.
A few more drivers ducking down to get some repairs. Looks like there's been some things happen that we've missed. Obviously some contact between a few drivers there, as we've seen on the last caution. Drivers like Jordan Worth, Charlie Foster, Nathan Saxon come back in for some repairs. So these guys must have had some damage.
Yeah, definitely something happened near the rear of the field, and it's easy to miss when you're keeping such a good eye on the front of the field. You tend to miss some of the things that happen back there in the rear. Kevin King, unfortunately, looks like his day is done, Kane. He is not on the track. He's in the garage area, and looks like the pole sitter, his day is done. Also, Jordy Lopez Jr., I thought his day might be done. He is 7 laps down, but he is back out on the track and is pacing. So Jordy Lopez Jr. will continue. Now, Jordy Lopez Jr. needs to scrap some points here.
Yeah, he's got some serious damage. I wish I knew exactly what happened to Jordy. As the rear of his car is completely missing. He's had some serious damage to the rear of that car.
Yeah, he's in a different ride too, different scheme in the Dream Racing Chevy, and boy, he's had some bad luck today.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll get it fixed up and get back out there and get the remaining 60 laps of practice, because that'll definitely come in. That'll be some crucial laps for practice come the other 2 races of the week.
Casey Tucker, man, this guy has just been amazing as of lately. He's up in 5th place right now, Kane. Got him a new sponsor on the car, Duval Designs. Good looking Ford Fusion there, and the number 10 today. Dropped the Fastenal paint scheme and for today, and Looks good out there. He's in fourth now, actually. And watch out for this guy. He does typically well on the larger tracks. He's not a good, not typically a good short track racer, but you get him on anything over a mile, at least a mile, and he tends to do very well.
Yeah, the
He's
last few weeks he's really, I'm not sure about last week, but the last 2 weeks that we broadcast, Casey Tucker has really done well. He's really, the last few races has really came to, and it's really showing that he's a driver to watch out for in this series.
definitely so. You take away a couple of incidents as well. Josh Fox is another one you could throw in there. And Josh Fox, he tends to be very fast and early in the race, but he just has seemed to get into some trouble. That number 17 Lowe's Chevy SS has had some tough breaks, as well as the number 16 of Greg McKinney. In the 600, Greg McKinney had a car that I thought for sure was capable of winning that race, got into a wreck, and things just didn't work out his way. But hey, look at Robin Williams as well, Kane. The number 22 Blues Chevy SS up there and running well. He started in the rear of the field, started 2030s in 13th at the moment. We'll keep an eye on him as he's moving in the right direction. Also, Tyler Hill, we haven't talked much about him today. In the number 9 Timmy Hill Motorsports Chevy SS is Timmy Hill. And as we get ready here,
Tyler. Timmy's little brother, Tyler Hill.
That's it.
I'm sure he gets that a lot, though.
Green, let's go racing.
Every time I look at his car and go to call him out, I almost say Timmy.
Yeah, I did too a lot. And leader is doing good right now, Mr. Stephen Esney, looking well, holding off traffic. He's got Patrick Crabtree. Oh, here comes the number 10 of Casey Tucker. He's going to try to use the high side to get around Mr. Patrick Crabtree, your points leader. And he's not going to be, oh, he will. A great jump there heading into turn 2. Great job by the Fastenal Ford of Melissa Toomey, the new Duval Designs Ford Fusion. Used to seeing that Fastenal paint there on Casey. Boy, he had a great jump right there on Patrick Crabtree. Patrick has fallen back a little bit. He's still in third, but he's right there in front of Tyler Hill holding on. Justin Bolton in a great battle right now with Sasha Wessler. The number 24 car doing really good, trying to get in front of that Best Western Chevy, and he'll do so for the moment, Kane. A great run right there by Sasha Wessler.
Yeah, Justin Bolton giving it all he's got today to stay up there at the top part of this field, and he is doing it, but not showing the dominance that he showed in some of the previous races. But still doing a great job, still got some pace.
Greg McKinney down on the inside right now, very close. The caution is out on the track. Let's find out exactly what happened here. And as soon as we find out, we'll get the race recall replay on that. And I'm looking all over the track. Uh-oh, Kane, I think I see. Well, no, maybe not.
I think it might have been Jeffrey Parker. I'll have to do a race recall replay just to check it out and see, but his speed was down when everybody else's was up, so I'm thinking Jeffrey Parker might be where to start looking.
Uh-oh, yep, something happened right in front. Is it Jordan Worth? It was right in front of Jordan Worth, I think. Let's see exactly what happened. He just slowed down. I don't know what happened to Jeffrey Parker. I see smoke, but I don't see any action. Something happened out there.
Something did, but I couldn't find it.
I can't either. I'm looking on, I got the blimp view looking at the whole track, and I just don't see it.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. You know, I don't know. I don't see if Jeffrey Parker's speed, I mean, he was running down in 120s, 115. But I still don't see without bringing out the caution, but I guess it did. It's the only thing on the track I see that was remotely wrong. So for the third time today, our caution will wave. Stephen Esney is still your leader as the yellow flag is waved.
Kyle McCormick in a new ride this week. The Juicy Fruit Gum car. Also sponsored by Energizer there.
Yeah, I wonder why Malik Ray isn't on the track today. I see him in the spectator screen, but I wonder why he didn't make the race today.
I don't know.
I'm
Malik
going to ask
Ray,
him.
third place in the points coming into the race. I hope he races one of the other two, as he is in third place.
He said he did not get there in time, so that would explain why.
Yeah, that happened to one of the other drivers last week. I can't remember who it was. Just happened to wake up just a second too late, and it was like, crap, missed the race. Actually, what I think it happened when we got home just a little bit too late, looked at the Facebook and found out today was Wednesday, and he just missed the race. Of course, this was last week. I remember seeing his post.
It happens. Happens to the best of us, trust me.
I remember the week before last, I freaked out thinking it was the wrong day. I was a day early thinking I missed the broadcast, and it was a complete day early.
Well, let's see what happens. Not a lot of action. Leaders staying out. Benjamin Burmeister, Brad Davies, the first one's heading down pit road. Robin Williams to first. He looked like he was going to go and decides to stay out with us leaders. We got about, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 15 cars stayed out, and the rest of them went in. So kind of a split decision here on this caution, Kane. That makes things really interesting. On the cars that did decide to go into the pits, let's see who wins the race off of pit road. It looks like our good friend old Charlie Foster. He'll be the first one out of the cars that pitted to get off there. The number 29 Last Row Motorsports Chevy does a good job getting off. Then Brad Davies, followed by Benjamin Burmeister. And then it will be Tyler Lawland, followed by Brandon Coppinger in the Wahoo Chevrolet. Then it'll be Thomas Davis, E.J. Rourke, then Jeffrey Parker, and Brad Newman, and finally Jordan Worth. So that's how they come out of the pits right there, buddy. And they're all following who? Stephen Esney in the Scrabble Chevy SS. Give it up for him.
Yeah, great job. Thanks for running through that with us, as we were busy taking a look at the replay and missed the whole pit road action. So that was awesome to kind of get that recap on what happened then.
Awesome stuff right there, man. Tell you what.
I always hate it when that happens, when we miss the race off of pit road like that. So
yeah, cool. Trying to find out what happened on the dadgum caution, and that was a weak caution, man. I don't got a sensitive caution crew today.
We should be expecting the lights to go out this time around and get back to racing here.
Oh, absolutely. If not, I would be very, very suspicious as to why. Patrick Crabtree loves riding on that little pit road. It's not pit road, but it's just a little cut-through road. And he's been taking it every time by saving fuel every way he can.
Yeah, it's bound to save a drip or two.
Hey, man, it could pay off here late in the race. You never know. I mean, we're definitely going to have to stop again before the end of this race, but if you can stretch the laps now, you can run a little bit harder later. But I just got a feeling we got a big green flag run coming up, and it's going to be very, very important.
I
to
agree.
hold.
I think that the green flag run is coming up very soon. If not this time, next time we're going to be seeing the long green flag run, and seeing some green flag pit stops.
Well, about the same handful of cars that have been pitting every time they're back in again, but this time we're one to go.
Yeah, interesting. That is so
I'm,
interesting that these guys
I,
keep pitting with one to go like that.
I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find that out.
Because they're taking tires again. Well, that's the strange thing is they go in and then they take tires again, and they had already taken tires once. I'm sure they know something that I don't, though. Maybe they're getting some last second repairs done and going ahead and taking tires as well.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I'll see if we can find by. Somebody knows something out there. Boy, man, I love this track. These guys are just raw power. Speed at its best. Coming through turn 2 here at Pocono on lap 28. When we restart in half a lap's time, it will be lap 29. And
Just
I
checking
can't
out the
wait.
comments from the YouTube channel. I actually hadn't had it up this whole time. I'm gonna give a shout out to Kyle Brumman who's watching tonight, and he said hi to us early on, and I didn't see it. So, hey Kyle, glad you're watching.
Absolutely. Hey, I see some stuff, I don't know. I'm always reading these things. We're getting ready to restart, but I see something. Pit car is in, or pace car is in the pits. We're restarting. Stephen Esney will take us green. Can he hold off Casey Tucker on the outside? Beautiful start there by Stephen Esney and Casey Tucker. Both drivers right there, right together. Beautiful start to this restart here on lap 29 of 80. This is amazing. I have something crazy to tell you, Kane. I think Malik Ray is not here. There's something saying that he was banned.
Oh, no way. We'll
Yeah.
have to check on that.
Well, I'm reading what Malik Ray is saying, and apparently Malik Ray appealed, and somebody protested Malik, and he said he just told iRacing the truth. Well, no, he didn't say exactly what happened, but you know, I guess he's got a small ban he'll have to serve. It happens. I don't know what he did or what they said he did. A tough break there for Malik Ray.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hurt the championship run he's got here, because I'm sure it will be at least for a full week, so he'll miss points from Pocono, and that will take him down in the points. We have seen drivers miss an entire week and stay within that top 20, so he might still be good to stay in the race for the Road to Pro.
Oh, scary moment for Stephen Esney. He popped in and out of the screen for a moment. If connection issues become a problem, this could be very, very scary for the leader right now. I mean, if you want to compare that to real world racing, imagine your engine cuts off for a second and then pops back on. It's that, I mean, it's that serious.
Michael Conti finds himself back in 6th place behind hard-charging Justin Bolton. He's got Greg McKinney behind him. Greg McKinney and Justin Bolton, a couple drivers earlier on that we said should be up here racing with these top guys, and now here they are racing up here for the 6th and 7th position.
Yeah, looking really good right now too, Kane. I'm watching Patrick Crabtree, and Patrick's got a little open space of room. He's got Michael Conti behind him, but Patrick Crabtree in the 4th position right now. He's trying to catch that front 3-pack of Stephen Esney, Casey Tucker, and Tyler Hill. Once he's able to get inside of that draft, which he should be able to do once he hits this straightaway, it should pull him right along with those three drivers, and he can start battling his way towards the lead.
Michael Conti staying in his draft and starting to pull away a little bit from sixth place Justin Bolton.
Yeah, great battle right there with Michael
Whoa,
Conti.
the 17 car loose. Some trouble for Josh Fox.
And there is the bad news continues for the 17 Lowe's Chevy SS. It's Josh Fox, and you heard it from Kane Kraft right there. Let's pull up the race recall replay and find out exactly what happened to the number 17. Kane, he's coming on turn 2 here, and as he's coming out on exit, he just straights up, hits the wall. He misjudges how close the car is, and he just hits it. Or did he? No, he pulled away from the wall. There was, my camera cut right when, I'm going to have to get a new view, but
yeah, he missed the wall, but in trying to avoid the wall, I think he did some overcorrecting and got the rear end loose.
At 150 mile an hour plus, that's going to happen, and boy, the way the car spun around, if the roof flaps wouldn't have opened up, that car would have been flipping.
Yeah, we did finally get the roof flaps. It took a long time to get those roof flaps, but I'm glad we got them, and boy, they do look cool. Josh Fox has found himself in some trouble again, but still in it, and he's going to need some tires, but he'll get some of those, get lined back up there at the end of the field, and still has 2/3 of the race to go.
Yep, Nathan Saxon in the Kasperniski Chevy SS there in the number 15 machine. That's a new paint for him. Not used to seeing him in that one.
The guys are saying that the guys that go in at the end for the pit stops, they're going in and topping off on gas just in case they do get that big run or the pit stops fall just wrong, that they end up with that extra lap of gas.
And that could be a humongous difference, but what we have estimated has been totally the opposite of what we thought would happen. I mean, we thought this thing would remain green, and boy, it has just been totally different than what we expected.
Patrick Crabtree chose to stay out while everybody else pitted this time. So Patrick riding along behind the pace car there. Got
all right, let's see who wins the race off of pit road. It's going to be Stephen Esney in a close battle for a second off of pit road. I couldn't even tell. I'm going to have to rewind it and slow-mo that thing. They were so close. I still can't tell. It's between number 9 and number 10. That's Tyler Hill and Casey Tucker. And I can't tell. I think maybe Casey has him by I don't know. No, it's too close to call. Then
iRacing's calling it Tyler Hill in the 6th position with Casey Tucker in 7th.
Say what, buddy? I'm sorry.
iRacing's calling Tyler Hill the winner.
Oh, that was so
puts him
close.
In 6th place with Casey Tucker in 7th. Michael Conti there in 8th with Justin Bolton in 9th.
Kane, that was so close.
Jason Berg, a name that we haven't seen here in the Wednesday night NIS races. He's worked his way up into the top 10 in the number 21 car.
Malik, back on the Malik race story, Kane, he's saying he won his appeal.
Well, that's good. Maybe we'll see him in one of the remaining 2 races?
I think so.
Well, that's good news.
That is good news. Very good news. Pace car lights are still on, so we still have another pace lap to do. Kane, here we are. It's lap 35 of 80. A lot of racing left, and up to this point, it's been a couple little bitty cautions after the next, and we've seen a couple different leaders right now. Patrick Crabtree's listed in the #1 position. We've seen, you know, what we had originally, our pole sitter, Kevin King, and of course he is out of the race. And I mentioned Jordy Lopez Jr. back in the race, but he is officially out of the race. But we have 27 cars on the lead lap, Kane. That's pretty cool to have 27 on the lead lap. And I think that will continue, barring we don't have any major wrecks. I think we're going to see a long green flag come soon. I know that we have said that all race long, but I believe it's true. I believe we will get that green flag run here shortly, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be such an important battle for track position, and once things start spacing out here, it is really tough to gain position. So you got to get it on these restarts.
Yeah, and I tell you, one of the guys that's just done great on the restarts, Casey Tucker, he is just launched off the restarts. So Casey finds himself back in the 6th position. We'll have to see how he does on this next restart.
Yeah, Casey should be starting on an inside. He should be starting on the inside of row 4. Nope, he'll be starting on the outside of row 3.
He'll be starting just ahead of Justin Bolton. And just behind the #4 car of Stephen Esney.
Yeah, it's a good little line of cars to be pushing one another. I tell you what, that's 3 fast cars right there. Stephen Esney, Casey Tucker, and Justin Bolton. But then you look down below them, you got, you ready for this, Michael Conti, then Tyler Hill, then Brad Davies. I mean, come on, that bottom line is just as fast. Those cars are extremely fast. That Brad Davies, at #18, is really fast today. As well as Patrick Crabtree. He's fast as well. He's in the lead, I know, but Brad Davies has just really grabbed my attention. He started 20th. Here he is in 3rd. We've seen him as high as 2nd. So keep your eye on him. I'm excited. You ready to get this thing restarted? I'm ready.
Yeah, this will be... Hopefully this is where we'll start the long green flag run, and we'll hopefully see some green flag pit stops here before this thing is over.
I think we will, Kane. It's lap 36. We got a ways to go to 80. We're about to hit the halfway point in 4 laps time, so I think here comes our green flag run.
Well, they're coming around to get the flag now.
Yeah, very important restart. We got to keep a close eye on Patrick Crabtree and Tyler Laughlin here, as they will take us to the green flag. All right, head through turn #3, guys, and this is what it's all about. All eyes on the pace car as we get ready to restart. It'll be lap 37 of 80. The pace car dips in. Green flag is out. Patrick Crabtree has led to a green flag restart. Oh, he's going to have to cut off Tyler Laughlin and to hold the lead position, and he did a good job of doing so for the moment. Oh, we have some slight contact between 1 and 2, and that is Patrick Crabtree and Tyler Laughlin in the #8 of Monster Toyota Camry. We're side by side, 1, 2, 3, and 4 positions, pushing down the back straightaway right now. The #3 car is the leader. It's Patrick Crabtree. On the outside, Tyler Laughlin. And then in 3rd right now, Stephen Esney, as he gets right ahead of Brad Davies in the 4th position. But here comes Brad down on the inside. Here comes Michael Conti as well. We have a great 4 car, make it 3 wide here on the back stretch at Pocono. Here comes Michael Conti.
Trouble!
Big wreck at Stephen Esney. The caution will be out. It's going to be a big wreck right now between Stephen Esney, Michael Conti, 2 of the fastest cars on the track in a big wreck. We'll bring out the race recall replay. Other drivers very fortunate. to avoid this one. This could have been pandemonium, Kane. This could have been really bad for a lot of cars in the field. I know the 8 car caught some of that. That's Tyler Lawlin. I don't think it's enough damage to really hurt him, but he caught a lot to that front end, Kane. It's actually worse than I thought. It's more than just a little scrape. I think he's got some pretty big damage. That's going to knock the toe out of that number 8. And that was a fast car. He restarted second there. Big wreck there for those 2 cars. You're talking about 2 very fast cars, Michael Conti and Steven Esney.
You know, it looked like it might have been a little bit of netcode contact there between Tyler and Steve. Tyler come up there a little bit. Didn't look like they made contact on the replay, but you could definitely tell it looked like a little bit of contact was made there with the number 4 car, but the cars didn't actually touch, but it did kind of seem like the 4 car got bumped a little bit.
Well, no doubt about it. Tyler Lawlin, Steven Esney, and Michael Conti, severe damage to all 3 cars. At a track like this, damage is very crucial, where you rely on aerodynamics and maximum speed. It really hurts on these tracks to have that kind of damage. You're just so rely on so much speed here, and if you lose a little bit of power, it really makes a big difference. That's going to be very difficult for these guys to remain at the pace they were driving as they duck down towards the pits for repairs. So we won't get the green flag run we were hoping for and promised right yet, as we have a big wreck off the restart. And well, we're going to re-rack them, Kane, and I think that it's going to be time, as we're about to pass the halfway point this time by in our race. So as we reach the halfway point, let's do a little bit of a race recap and talk about where we have been up to this point. We started the race, for those of you that may have just joined us, here in week 14. It's obviously at Pocono, and he had a wonderful start. This starting 5 looked like this. Kevin King was your pole sitter. Steven Esney started second. Patrick Crabtree third. Sasha Wessler started in the 4th position, and Alan Bowes in 5th. In the 6th to 10 was E.J. Rourke, Michael Conti, Justin Bolton, and Ryan Lowe 9th. Rounding out the top 10 was Tyler Lawlin. We had a wonderful start. Kevin King led a lot of laps at the very beginning. He led all the laps up until about, I think, the 11th or 12th lap, and then trouble happened for Kevin King. He lost the lead and then got involved in an accident, and he is now in the garage area. His day is currently done. And so we also saw a couple other leaders, Kane, as well, but we've also had some big movers as well. We've seen Casey Tucker have a great day, and we've seen Brad Davies. He started the day all the way back in the 20th position. He rides in 2nd at the moment. It's just been a big day for a lot of guys, but what we just saw is the biggest news of the day. Steven Esney and Michael Conti, 2 of the fastest cars of the day, involved in an incident, as well as Tyler Lawlin involved. Very big news up to this point, and that's where we're at here on lap 39 of 80. We're here at the halfway point, and we can just getting started. I feel like, Kane, I think the best is yet to come.
I do too. Now the problem that we have is with these additional cautions, each caution's 4 or 5 laps, we're getting closer to the lap point where they're not going to need another caution or another pit stop. So we may not see the green flag pit stops after all if we keep getting these caution flags.
Yeah, the way it plays out right now, we still will need another stop. But like you say, if it does keep happening, then we won't. But I think it's going to be interesting. If we have one more quick caution like we've been having, it's going to leave us at a really sketchy point, because the guys are going to be so close on fuel. It's going to be a gamble whether they do make it to the end or not. Fuel saving will be very crucial, and it's going to be a very interesting finish. We may see a last lap guy run out of gas or two. So that always makes for an interesting finish as well. So we'll see how things go. We may end up having cautions all the way to the end. You never know. I think these guys will get the green flag run. It's been a great race, even with the cautions. So I think we get rid of the cautions, it'll be just even better. So It's going to be great. Patrick Crabtree will restart in the lead with Brad Davies in second. Casey Tucker will restart third with Tyler Hill fourth. And how about this, Kane, in the top five now, the number 21 machine of Jason Berg. We want to welcome him to the top five. And we'll keep an eye on Jason Berg there in that number 21 Toyota Camry. The unsponsored machine is up there and looking good. Greg McKinney is hanging out there around 6th and 7th, and that's kind of the place he likes to be. He'll make his move in just a little while. He's just hanging out, staying out of trouble.
Yeah, Kyle McCormick right behind him, and Justin Bolton following them. These three guys here are definitely guys to watch clear to the end.
Yeah, Justin Bolton is kind of a guy who likes to hang out sometimes. He usually goes out and leads some laps, but I remember what was it, a couple weeks ago, he had a big incident. He had such a great race going, remember, and he got in a wreck late, and oh man, it just was terrible. I think after something like that happens, you do whatever you can to make sure it doesn't happen again, and I think I can see that in some of Justin Bolton's driving tonight, or today. I really have kind of, that's just the sense that I'm getting from him as I watch him, because sometimes I feel like he's not pushing quite as hard as I know he can.
And you might be right. He might just be kind of hanging out, trying to stay safe until we get a little bit closer to lap 80, and then we'll probably see him come, charging up through the field and pushing real hard.
Definitely so. The Charlie Foster in the number 29 machine is in the 12th position. Charlie Foster started dead last. The 29 car started all the way back in the 29th position. And I tell you what, a great day so far for the Last Row Motorsports Chevy SS of Charlie Foster. Be fun to see how he does. He's got a good guy on the outside of him right now, or on the inside of him, rather. That's Teemu Ivinen in the simroom.com. And you never know what Teemu can bring to the table. This guy definitely has the talent to get up there and win a race. I'd like to see Teemu Ivinen get up there and win a race here.
Definitely, he's definitely got the skill to do that.
Also, Matt Spangler, another guy, had a lot of speed at the Coca-Cola 600 and an unfortunate exit for him. I thought he had a car that could have won that race, and just unfortunate it didn't happen for him. And he's got one of them cars today. I think that Matt Spangler might be able to sneak up there and give everybody a run for his money. But I think the best car right now, Kane, I think the best car in the race right now is that number 18 machine, Brad Davies. That number 18 car is, I mean, it's just on fire. Well, getting ready for the restart here. We're heading through turn 3 as we watch the pace car make its way down towards pit road. We're green and watching Patrick Crabtree on the restart. Brad Davies on the outside. He's going to try to get a great jump, but he has nobody there to help push in the draft. So it should be a great advantage down there for Patrick Crabtree. And now Casey Tucker's going to go up to the middle lane and try to make his move. Brad Davies on the high side right now through turn 1. He has to push, and we have a new leader in the race for the moment. It is Brad Davies, and that car is on fire, Kane. He has about the perfect setup through turn 1, and it's paying off huge. A big 4-car, 5-car lead for Patrick, Brad Davies, at the moment. Patrick Crabtree trying everything to get back up and close that gap
Casey
back
Tucker
down.
a little loose there, but regained control and held position.
Here comes Tyler Hill on the high side of Casey Tucker right now. Can Casey Tucker hold that position? It's going to be close. They're side by side heading down towards the start-finish line, and Tyler Hill edges out the position officially through this lap. And we're on lap 43 of 80. Brad Davies is the new leader. So the first time today, Brad Davies does officially lead the race. And down on the inside of Casey Tucker, the 21 machine of Jason Berg tries to move into the 4th position. He just can't get the jump. Oh, here comes the 27 machine of Kyle McCormick. We haven't talked enough about the Fanatec Chevy FS yet. He is right there and making a move. He just passed Jason Berg. And now, for the first time today, Kyle McCormick moves into the top 5.
Kyle driving the Juicy Fruit car today.
I'm sorry that paint didn't load up, and that would be awesome if it did. I want to see if I get that car to load.
Yeah, it's cool looking. It's done that to
Woo!
me a couple times. He'll start calling out what they look like, and I'm like, man, I don't look like that. But Trade and Paints, it's a great program, and I love the fact that we have it. But sometimes it can be just a little touchy.
Yeah, sometimes it don't like to load all the cars.
Just
Brett,
Justin, sorry, Justin Bolton to the inside
I
of
think you're gonna
Jason
say
Berg.
Justin Bieber, man. I don't know. I thought that's what it was coming out there, buddy.
I think there'd be a lot of NASCAR guys punching me in the face if I did that.
Oh man, we got some great intense racing going on throughout the mid-pack right now. Look at Timu Evan, and behind him we have all kind of stuff going on with Jason Bird, and right behind him Charlie Foster. Great battle for position right now. Alan Bowes in the mix as well in his number 5 Monster Energy Toyota Camry. A great battle for position between Charlie Foster and Jason Bird at the moment. That is the battle for the 12th position. Remember, Josh Fox fell off early in the race, Kane. We thought that he was going to be fighting for just even a top 20. Now look at him. Josh Fox is back up here in the 11th position. He's got a good set on that car today.
Yeah, he does. He's moved back up through the field after that spin he had earlier. Of course, he didn't take no damage. He just was rough on the tires. But seeing him move back up through the field, that's pretty good. Great job to Josh.
Ooh-wee. Timu Ivanen got really loose coming through turn 3 on the exit, but it just gained him momentum now as he's trying to get around Benjamin Burmeister in the 9th position. And he'd love to move up another spot because the car in front of Benjamin is Justin Bolton. You want to get on the draft with Justin Bolton and kind of follow him in. You know Justin will be up there in that top 5 when the race gets in the latter stages, and that's where you want to be, is up there with Justin. And here comes Timu Ivanen now down on the inside of the 28 of Benjamin Burmeister. A beautiful job down on the inside. Let's see if Timu can get the job done. He
How
gets
about
a
Josh
push
Fox?
from a friendly Josh Fox. That's right. Beautifully done as Josh Fox does a double pass as he tries to get by both Benjamin Burmeister and Timu Ivanen. And we got contact, and that's going to sling around Timu Ivanen. What a save
Whew,
by Timu.
Great save, Timu Evening. That was fantastic.
Put that on the highlight reel. We need to put a marker on that. Well, it's probably the save of the year for Timu Ivanen. Wow. Oh, big trouble for the number 22 car. Kane, it's Robin Williams. That may bring out the caution as he is stopped, and the caution will come out. Tough break for Robin Williams in the blues. Oh, man. He come out of that turn 1 is treacherous. They were 3 wide, Kane. They were 3 wide as we have the race recall replay. 3 wide on the exit of turn 1, and the car's funneled in on him, and he just made contact with the back right quarter panel of Thomas Davis, and it just caught him loose, and it put him right into the outside wall. As soon as he did that, he had to get on the brakes as easy as he could to get the car stopped without getting into trouble. You got to give Robin Williams credit there for staying out of worse trouble. That could have been really bad for some of the cars that were flying by him. He did a really good job keeping that car under control when it was out of it. So the caution waves here on lap 47 of 80. And Kane, what we mentioned earlier is very, very true. I think we'll see everybody in the pits this time because I think they can make it to the end on a full tank. A little fuel saving will be required, but I think they can do it. This is very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if they take fuel now, I think they can get through, especially since we've got some cautions, and we're probably going to have a couple more. They can probably get through it now if they top off.
It's not guaranteed, but I think they can do it. and lap 48 of 80. They'll have 32 laps to do. I think they can do it, buddy. It's going to be fun to see. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to. But how about Brad Davies? He got in the lead, and I saw early in this race, Kane, I just thought this car had something special in it, and it has proven to be true as we see the leaders heading down pit road right now. This is a humongous pit stop.
Everybody heading in this time, they know they're at that window where they need to get topped off now and get their tires, because this could be it. If they get a green flag run that takes them to the end, they got to make sure that they're topped off on fuel and got tires to make the run. Although if
Let's
we end up with
see.
some cautions, we will see them coming back for some tires.
All right, let's see who's going to win it off. It's going to be Brad Davies who wins it off, and then it's going to be Patrick Crabtree closely in front of Casey Tucker, followed by Tyler Hill, and then it looked like the number 24 machine of Sasha Wessler got it, followed by, now I got the old Juicy Fruit Energizer car, Kane. Finally, after all of that, I reloaded it and I have it. Kyle McCormick in the Juicy Fruit Chevy SS, and that is a great looking paint on that car, by the way. So glad that Trading Paints finally decided to load it up for me.
You know, it makes me want to stick a Juicy Fruit right now. Juicy Fruit is just a unique gum, kind of sweet. I think I'm going to have to go get some.
You know what? I like Juicy Fruit, but I'll tell you what I don't like about it. It loses its flavor too fast, Kane.
It does do that.
It loses that flavor so fast.
It
And
just makes you have to eat another piece.
That's what, and
It's
that's
great
it.
marketing.
Ah, man, it just gets you.
It's like McDonald's French fries.
Gotta have more. Interesting technique has been picked up by Patrick Crabtree. His technique of taking the little infield driveway is picked up as now Brad Davies is doing it as well, and they're fuel saving any way they can, buddy.
Yeah, Casey Tucker as well, taking the little pit lane road thing.
But boy, that really messes up the grid. I wonder in real world NASCAR if we see Dale Jr. do that on Sunday, what NASCAR would say about that.
I don't know.
I don't think it's against the rules. I don't think it's in the rule book anywhere,
No,
but I don't think
only
they would
on
like it.
Daytona is, where they make sure that you can't go
The double
behind the yellow line.
That's right, and that's the only two tracks it's at the double yellow line like that is Daytona and Talladega. Other than those two, you can do it. And this track right here is the same length as Daytona. Interesting.
Oh man, I just clicked my email button, so let's hope that don't drag everything down. There it is.
We got
There
a
it's gone.
great broadcast going. This lap 50 of 80, 30 laps remain. And Brad Davies in the lead right now. And Brad Davies would be so happy to get a win today. Patrick Crabtree, your points leader, in second right now. You know he would love a win today as well. Also, Casey Tucker itching for another win. He rides in third. Tyler Hill, he needs a win. He would be extremely happy to be back in the old victory lane. And then Sasha Wessler, a guy we haven't seen win this season, in fifth place, Kane. I would love to see Sasha grab his first win of the year.
Yeah, Sasha's another driver that's really been doing good. The last few races we've seen him moving up and finishing further and further up the field. So Sasha's been doing a great job.
Kane, that wreck helped Josh Fox. His car, his little incident has helped his car. That car looks better now than it did early in the race.
Sometimes whenever you get in an incident like that, it really makes you focus and buckle down to get back up to the front. And I think that's what's happened with Josh. I think he's really started buckling down and concentrating a lot better. And it's got him up into the top 10.
Well, the lights are out on the pace car, Kane. You may be right on that, and we're one to go, one to go to green. So we'll be keeping an eye on Mr. Brad Davies and Patrick Crabtree. This is how they'll reline up as they head into turn one in a slow, pacey fashion. Brad Davies in P1 with Patrick Crabtree on the outside of row one. Starting in row two, it'll be Casey Tucker and Tyler Hill. Then in the third row, it'll be Sasha Wessler and Kyle McCormick. Row four, Greg McKinney and Justin Bolton. Row five, Benjamin Burmeister and Josh Fox rounding out the top 10. Charlie Foster 11th, Thomas Davis 12th, 13th, Jason Berg, Alan Bowes 14th, Timu Ivanen 15th, Jeffrey Parker 16th, 17th, Brandon Coppinger, Tyler Lawland in 18th, Ryan Lowe 19th. Jordan Worth in the Hank Hill Wingquest Toyota Camry. It rounds out your top 20. Stephen Esney, remember the banged up incident he had, 21st with a banged up car. That was the best car on the track today, I think, before his incident. That car was outstanding. Matt Spangler, 22nd. 23rd, Nathan Saxon. EJ O'Rourke, 24th. Brad Newman, 25th. 26th, Robin Williams. And out of the race, Michael Conti, just now recently is officially out. Jordy Lopez Jr., of course, 28th, and Kevin King, our pole sitter, 29th. Heading through turn three right now, all eyes will be on the pace car, Kane. We're getting ready to restart. It'll be 52 laps into the race of 80. And here we are heading down towards pit road is the pace car. We're green here at Pocono on lap 52. Brad Davies with a great jump. Boy, those cars are so tight heading into turn one like that, Kane. Very, very close. Patrick Crabtree trying to get around Casey Tucker for position two. A great job by Patrick Crabtree. He gets a heck of a run on the back straightaway here at, I almost said Watkins Glen. Wrong, Pocono, buddy. And Patrick does a fantastic job of regaining second place. A little bit back in the cars. Great battle with Tyler Hill and Kyle McCormick. This is the battle for the fourth position, and it's not decided yet. The 9 car has the inside, but not going to give up is Kyle McCormick. He is staying right there with him. Also, Justin Bolton, Kyle McKinney having a great battle as well, and Justin Bolton will win that battle. As we look back, Tyler Hill wins his battle. The car's starting to single out, and here comes Sasha Wessler, going to try to go down on the inside of the Juicy Fruit Chevrolet, and does so. The 27 machine gets a little high on the entrance of turn one there, Kane. Oh, and it pays off. Here comes. He got a little loose, and he's still going to make the pass. What momentum he just had. That is a beautiful job by Kyle McCormick. He just did a fantastic job. Here comes Justin Bolton as well, and Kyle McCormick is doing a phenomenal job up here. Alan Bowes and Charlie Foster making a nice run back here in 11th and 12th. Charlie Foster in the number 29 last row Chevy. He's sitting right pretty right now in 11th.
Whoa, contact!
Big trouble. The caution will come out. It's going to be the 17 car involved. That's Josh Fox, Sasha Wessler involved, and we need a race recall replay here. A big caution here, and a very, very big story changer in the race, because now fuel will not be an option in this, or not be a factor, and this is huge. Boy, second incident, and it all started in the Unique Designs car in front. Got into the wall, Kane. It's Sasha Wessler, and so unfortunate. He got up into the wall and came straight down into Josh Fox, and that caught the number 5 machine involved as well. And just such a tough break. That was Alan Bowes, who had a great car today, and such a tough break. Let's see if anybody else was involved. I think there was no damage done to Jason Berg. I think he's okay, but still a tough break indeed. And the caution wave, so we'll check and see what our leader Brad Davies does as they head back down towards when we get around towards the pits again. What a wreck here, Kane. That was a pretty big one. Pretty big incident there, pal.
Yeah, it was. That's a tough break for all three of those guys involved. And the number 25 car I see back there, Brad Newman, also got a little piece of it.
You know what I'm loving though, Kane, is I'm loving how tough these guys are racing in lap 54. You know what I mean? These guys are racing like it's the last lap of the race.
Yeah, as the season gets a little further and further on here, these guys, especially the guys in the top 20 that are actually racing in the Road to Pro, are really picking it up and racing pretty hard.
Well, a lot of these guys got sponsors. They've got to do well. A lot of them are trying. They're trying to reach the dream of the black stripes, and a lot of them are being very successful in getting there. I think a lot of these guys know it's only a matter of weeks away, and will have those black stripes. They will become pro drivers in the sim world, and that is a very, very big achievement.
Take a look at the points here again, because there's a couple drivers that I didn't see in the top 20 that have really had pretty good seasons. Like, for instance, in fourth place, Tyler Hill. He's had a really good season, but I don't see him in the top 20 here at all. So he must have missed a couple races and not turned in any points.
Yeah, I think Tyler didn't start the beginning of the season with us. He raced the 500, but I think he had some weeks off. Now I may be wrong on that. Well, Kane, while we're under caution, tell you what, man, this has been Pocono hasn't disappointed so far. We've had our share of cautions, but it's been very exciting to say the least. We've had plenty of battles on the track, a lot of position changes, a lot of lead changes. Brad Davies looks very comfortable in the front, in front right now, though.
Definitely, Brad's had a great car today. Well, so has Casey Tucker, though, and Patrick Crabtree. We've seen all three of
Yeah,
these guys just do such a fantastic job so far here at Pocono.
yeah, all those top three guys look just phenomenal. Any of those guys can win this race, and they know it. All three of them think they have the car that will win today, and we'll see how it plays out. Nobody's safe on this track. This thing, we've seen some of the best drivers that we have involved in incidents. We saw Michael Conti involved earlier with Steven Esney. Tough incident there. It's tough. We have 25 cars on the lead lap. Sasha Wessler just off the lead lap right now, off the track, Kane. Hopefully his day is not done. He took a pretty hard lick on that wall. That car may be done.
I think he is done. I was on board watching the replay whenever the car disappeared, so I think he's exited out and is going to be watching from the spectator screen.
Tough break. Got a lot of good drivers in the comment area there of the spectators. Some of the ones that don't typically drive in the first split, but we've seen before. Jake Sturgios, seen member Kwame Ajay. Remember him? Good to
Yeah,
see them guys. Yeah,
Kwame, he's a Wahoo guy.
that's absolutely right. And we hope that they're having a good seasons respectively in their series, in their splits.
Yeah, that's true. We can only broadcast one, and we broadcast the number one split. But there's many other splits going on, having races just like this one, and having great races of their own. And those guys typically are in races having their own race. I guess they've chosen to sit out the first race of the week and watch.
That's right, buddy. That's exactly right, and it's such a great time too. I mean, you get in if if you get in iRacing, and then even if you're in the bottom split, I mean, it's so fun to get in here and compete with other guys. I mean, you're not, you may not be in the top split, but even in the bottom split, the racing's still great. I mean, believe it or not, it's actually still great. It's not quite as good as what we see here, but
It's
uh,
still
it's
fun.
it's still fun. That's right. It's a growing process, and the better you get as a driver, the better your competition gets. You'll
Yeah,
move up
I
in
can actually
splits.
attest to that bottom split racing. It can be just as fun. I've
It can
raced
it can
many races in that bottom split.
Me too, buddy, and it can be scary too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely can has its scary moments.
So you can tell the same thing to these top split drivers, that buddy, anything can happen at any time, and they know that. Just ask Michael Conti, ask Jason Fox. He was just riding along, riding along. Next thing you know, he's got Sasha Wessler coming at him at 145 miles an hour off the wall, and he just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's true. That's the second piece of bad luck he's had today.
And Sasha didn't mean it at all, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled, man. Nothing he could do. It's lap 57, guys. Brad Davies in the lead. Patrick Crabtree on the outside again. Looking at our pace car right now. Kane, is the light out? I can't tell.
It is.
It looks like it is. We're getting ready to go back green. It'll be lap 58, I believe. Did I say that right? Yeah, it will be lap 58 of 80. And I tell you what, big restart. Because if this thing remains green the rest of the way, I know that's starting to sound like it's impossible, but it can happen. And all eyes on the pace car now as we watch Brad Davies take us to green. Green flag, green flag. Here comes Brad Davies, Patrick Crabtree, and Tyler Hill in third. Casey Tucker trying to hold on tightly down on that bottom line. He's got Kyle McCormick right there behind him pushing. Let's see what happens as these cars fly into turn one. Beautiful job by the leader, Brad Davies, to get out to a nice size lead. He's got Patrick Crabtree with him. A little further back is third place driver Casey Tucker, as he was able to overtake Tyler Hill for third.
Justin Bolton on the outside. Looks like he's making some progress. Trying to go around Kyle McCormick now on the outside.
Oh,
Kyle's got
job.
position on the inside and is going to make the pass on Justin Bolton.
Here comes Greg McKinney now on the inside of Justin Bolton. The Alliance Chevy SS tries to get around the bestwestern.com machine. And right now he does have the position. He's trying to pull every bit of a draft he can off of the 27 car, but the 27 car goes high, and that'll help Justin Bolton get the position right back. Boy, some great driving through the field right now. Right now, the number 13 car, Teemu Ivanen, cuts right there. He's just able to hold off Charlie Foster, and Charlie Foster is in the 10th position. Teemu Ivanen comes across to get 9th from him, and Teemu starting to crack up the field a little bit. He's in the top 10 now.
Another car to watch for is Thomas Davis back there in 11th. He's really going to look to start pushing his way up through the field here before too long as well.
Yeah, that's right, Kane. You mentioned it, buddy. I kind of been keeping him in the back of my mind quietly. He has been sneaking up every single lap. He moves up one position or two, and he is just slowly but surely moving his way up towards the front of this field.
Also going to go back and check on Josh Fox, who is just involved in that last incident there, and see how he's doing. He had found himself in the back of the pack once before earlier tonight and made his way back up through the field. And so far he seems to be doing pretty well. He's made his way up into the 20th position. So we'll keep an eye on him as the remaining 20 laps of this race tick down.
Boy, I tell you what, right now, Jeffrey Parker, Alan Bowes, and EJ Aurora. No, I'm sorry, who is that right there? I'm sorry, it's Jeffrey Parker and then Ryan Lowe. They had a great battle going on, and they also were, and back there, that's the battle for 15. Brandon Coppinger in the Wahoo Chevrolet, he's in 17th. Tyler Laughlin, remember, he was up at the front early in the race. Him and Steven Azzini and Josh Fox are back, and Robin Williams, all back here battling for the 18th position. And they're racing just as like they were when they were in the front of the field, Kane. Great battle. Here comes Steven Azzini. He tries to get around Robin Williams. And that's going to leave Robin out high and dry for the moment. But once they head into turn 2, Robin should be able to get back in front of Steve if he hits the entrance right. And that's exactly what will happen. He hits the entrance fine, and he's able to pull a front, but he's not able to pull out all the way. So Steven Azzini hanging in there.
That was some serious damage to that car. Man, it's got some serious damage, especially on that front left side. That's definitely got to be making the steering wheel difficult.
I'm about to say, Steven Azzini's got to be sweating bullets driving that thing. I mean, it's got to be like driving a car. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, just things got to be so off, out of whack. He's driving really well considering. Brad Davies, fantastic driving at the moment. He's got a nice little lead over Patrick Crabtree at the moment. No traffic in sight for the number 18 Chevy. He's looking good. That Brad Davies machine is just on a roll. Patrick Crabtree says, I just need to hang tight. He doesn't want to get too far away from Brad Davies because if this does remain green for the remainder of the race, Kane, it's lap 62 of 80. We're inside 20 to go. So you got to think it could easily go green the rest of the way. You cannot let Brad Davies off too far away out of this draft.
Yeah, and if anybody is certainly due a victory, it's, Brad Davies has had some serious bad luck in this series so far. He's had a couple good races, but it seems like each week he's doing great, running up there in the top positions, and then something happens, and he's been taken out of a number of races.
I wonder if Brad Davies is a Miami Hurricanes fan. I just see the green and orange paint scheme that he always has, unsponsored, and he never changes his colors. He's always got that Miami green and orange. That's what it looks like to me, just saying.
Maybe.
Just wonder.
I'm starting to think that Tyler Hill might be a Timmy Hill fan.
What makes you think that, buddy?
Oh, there's something about the car.
Yeah, something about it. Something about the Timmy Hill Motorsports plastered on the side of the car. The TH logo on the hood, maybe?
that could be it.
Well, the front car's kind of spaced out. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Patrick Crabtree. He's going to pass Brad Davies. Something happened to Brad. Did he get loose? I'm going to have to rewind it for a second to find out. That was really, really interesting right there, Kane. He did, as he was coming to clip the apex.
Oh, he's loose again.
Oh, he caught a little bit of that there's a little bitty bump right there, right before the pavement hits the grass. There's almost like a mini curb there. Brad Davies hit that at over 180 miles an hour, Kane, and it caused him to get loose, and that dropped him all the way back to third. He's in danger of losing third to Timmy Hill. Listen to me, Tyler Hill. See what you made me do?
Sorry about that. What this has done, this has put Patrick Crabtree and Casey Tucker in a battle for the lead, and
it's a great one.
This is going to be a great race. Casey Tucker's really come to the last few races, just having a victory not too long ago.
Here comes Casey. Oh, and then there goes Patrick. Well, Kane, I'm excited. We got two Ford Fusions up at the front, and Patrick Crabtree looks like a man possessed.
Oh, contact with the wall.
Now, he was looking like a man possessed for me. He was just driving like an alien for a minute. Here comes Casey Tucker with Patrick Crabtree just crabbing alongside of the wall there. That's
I said Casey Tucker had a victory, but he didn't win that race. He had an excellent race with Michael Conti, and Michael Conti ended up winning it. So Casey definitely due a victory. We'll have to see how this one plays out.
The only victory Casey Tucker got was at our Daytona shootout at the beginning of the season. That was not an official race, so It does not count on any type of points.
True, but he did win that one by a huge margin.
0.02 of a second. Oh,
Whoa!
big trouble for Patrick Crabtree. He's slowly turning around. That will bring out the caution, and that's going to save Patrick. Because he has no damage, the caution will waive, and I believe, Kane, he was in 10th place when the caution waived, so he should be around 10th. Maybe it'll drop him a little bit further.
I think it's going to drop him to where he gets going again and gets back in line. So right
It,
there where he's at now, 16th or so, is probably where it's going to keep him.
Yeah, 16th will be it. A huge break for Casey Tucker for the moment, but that will help Brad Davies get right back up there with Casey. So Casey should have the advantage on the restart, but with Brad Davies' car the way that it is, Kane, beware. Now is a big thing. You got lap 67 of 80. Kane, track position is key, but so are fresh tires. What do? Do you go in and get the 4 fresh tires? I think you have to here.
I think everybody's going to, so I don't think it's going to hurt too many people to go in and get them because I think everyone else is going to go in as well.
I think you're right, buddy, but sometimes you never know. We'll find out.
I think Patrick Crabtree started getting loose and started spinning before Casey Tucker made contact. It's really hard to tell, though.
It is. It's so tough. You gotta think these guys are going so fast, Kane. The littlest things, even air. You don't realize that these things have realistic aerodynamical systems on the car. Like it's real. The real AutoCAD data. And when the turbulent air comes off of the car in front, you can be so close. But if you're already loose at 180 miles an hour, and you hit the change of air can make you lose control of the car. You can overcorrect, lose control, and that's exactly what looked like happened right there to Patrick. It was a slow turnaround.
Yeah, watching here in the race call replay at half speed, Patrick Crabtree just lost the rear end, and he might have been able to save it if circumstances had been a little bit different, if he would have been the only car on the track, say. But Casey Tucker came in, took the air off the rear end, and then gave him just a little bit of a bump, and yeah, that's all it took.
Race off of pit road, and I was not able to see who got it. I did see Kyle McCormick try to edge it out in front of Tyler Hill, and he got him, barely. The juicy fruit does it again. Justin Bolton got a good run out of pit road. We'll see how iRacing scores them when they cross the start-finish line here shortly. It's so hard to tell how iRacing scores these guys sometimes.
Looks like Ryan Lowe's strategy is staying out, and EJ Rourke also as well stayed out. So these guys may be trying a big gamble to get some track position here.
I think if you where Ryan Lowe was, Kane, he's been battling in the back of the field all day long. The fast track sim Chevy has been trying so hard. He just hasn't seemed to have the car that he needs to. Ryan Lowe's the driver. If you give him the right car, he's going to perform well. He's very talented. We've seen it time and time again. When he has the car, he does exactly what he's supposed to. He puts it on the pole, and he drives up front all day long. He definitely doesn't have the car that he needs today. So I think that he had to take a gamble to get the track position he needed to get up front. Even though he may not be able to hold first place, if he could somehow keep that thing in the top 10 for the remaining 11 laps we should have when we drop green, that'll be a big move for him. So it'll be fun to see how that plays out. We only have 11 laps to go once we go green, Kane. That's something a lot of these drivers got to think about. We don't have a lot of time left, so you got to make up space any way you can, and if you can do that by staying out, I'd say do it.
Well, they just crossed the line, and the lights did not go off on the pace car, so we're going to be at 10 laps to go.
That's it. So that really does help Ryan Lowe a lot more. 10 laps is a long time here, though, Kane. I just don't know if he'll even be able to hold a top 10. I think the cars with fresh tires are going to eat him up, and unless he gets another caution. Now, if we get another caution, it could help him. If we get caution, who knows? Ryan Lowe could win this thing off of a gamble.
Yeah, yeah,
with old
we've seen it
tires.
happen before.
You
So
better believe it, buddy. I'm telling you, anything is possible. Tell you another one. The Wahoo Motorsport machine up here for the first time today, or a few cars back. Who is that over there? Brandon Coppinger. There he is. Jordan Worth still in the picture. A lot of these guys we hadn't seen are up here near the front now. What's going on? Brad Davies listed in 13th, Kane. The pit stop changed everything. Our
it
field
did.
is shaking up something serious.
Patrick Crabtree finds himself back up in third, but with very worn tires. So he's back up at the front where he just came from, but he's got some bad tires. So
Boy, he's
this is going to be
got bald
interesting to watch.
spots on them things. I mean, he's got just probably metal poking out. Boy, we're going to have one heck of a finish here at Pocono. This has been a very, very entertaining race.
I agree. I've loved every minute of it. Even had a few more cautions than what I would like to have seen at Pocono, but it's been some great racing.
Yeah, I was about to say the cautions have actually helped to keep this race really close.
Steve Esney up there in fourth place in the beat-up car.
Boy, if he comes across with a top 10 today, he just really, really deserves a big pat on the back. He has paddled that thing and that beat up junk. Most drivers would have exited, put the thing in the garage, and said, we'll try again next week. You got to give him all the credit in the world for hanging in here. That's what earns respect for me, when these drivers get a banged up race car and they hang in here for every point. And that's what it comes down to on the final week of the season, when we're scrapping for 1 and 2 extra points. That's when this matters. And a guy like Steven Esney understands that, and that is why I have the utmost respect for Steven right there. That is a huge, huge respect thing from me right there. Staying out with a beat up race car, it's a pain in the butt to drive, but he knows he needs every point he can to stay up in this point hunt.
Yeah, he's doing a great job in the points
You better
too.
believe it.
He's up there in the third place, so every point does count for him.
Half a lap to the green flag drops. It will be 71 of 80 once we restart. So 10 official laps will remain in our 80 lap race here at Pocono. And this has been an amazing week 14. Is that what we said, Kane, or week 12? What did we say?
Round 14.
14. I don't know where 12 came from. Yeah, round 14. That'll work.
Well, 12 was the last one we broadcast, so it's still kind of fresh there. We missed
Yeah,
13.
that's what it was. Well, round in turn 3, Kane, let's keep a close eye on Ryan Lowe here. Old tires on a lot of the top cars. Let's see how the number 13 car, Brad Davies, your first car with fresh tires on it, we'll see how he does here with 10 remaining. All eyes on our pace car. He ducks down the pit road. The green flag is out, possibly for the last time today. And we got big trouble at TJ O'Rourke. Getting turned around, the caution immediately comes out. And this is huge if you're Ryan Lowe. Can you say help is on the way? We'll go ahead and try to pull the race recall replay out on that and see what caused EJ O'Rourke to get turned around. Oh, Kane. Oh, boy. He gets a restart here. He has Steven Esney on his tail. And when the pace car goes down, 19 goes way down and just goes right into Patrick Crabtree. What was that? Something had to have been wrong with the number 19 mechanically for him to just dive down into Patrick Crabtree's Raptor Ford Fusion like that.
Maybe he's spinning the tires and he just didn't have control.
That could be true. But the gmercer.com Chevrolet and rough restart for him. Spins around. Now, he'll be fine. He'll be able to continue. It's not enough damage to end his day or anything, but not what he wanted. And that just prolongs the yellow flag. And that, if you're If you're back in 13th where Brad Davies was restarting with those fresh tires, this is getting kind of scary some for you. You got a lot of ground to cover, and you will not have as much time as you thought you were to get it back.
Yeah, very true. There's only going to be a few laps to go once we go green again. So,
Ryan
another
Lowe
yellow flag would probably end this thing.
And Ryan Lowe is praying for it right now. He's got the old tires on the number 6 Fast Track Sim Chevy, and the gamble could pay off if that yellow were to come out again on another restart. And I tell you what, that would be a heck of a storyline. The gamble paying off here at Pocono. Patrick Crabtree could benefit from it as well in second place right now. And it's going to be fun to see if Patrick can overtake Ryan Lowe, and even with his old tires as well. This will be fun. Patrick has an extremely fast car today, but it's got a little banged up as of lately, Kane.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something after that little incident? He ended up back in 16th and on his own yellow flag stayed out and ended up in the second or third position there. Second position. And then yellows continued to come out and he ended up finishing in, the top 3. That would just be something that'd be unreal.
It really would. I'm telling you what. Wow. Something else. Casey Tucker in 11th, Brad Davies in 12th. And we'll have to keep an eye on these boys. Greg McKinney 13th. You know what? I'll just go ahead and do a rundown here. Ryan Lowe in the lead. Patrick Crabtree in second. Stephen Esney in third. Tyler Laughlin in fourth. Fifth is Justin Bolton. Tyler Hill in sixth. Seventh is Kyle McCormick. Thomas Davis is in eighth. Ninth is Jeffrey Parker. Brandon Coppinger is in 10th. Casey Tucker in 11th. That's the first car with fresher tires. Brad Davies 12th, Greg McKinney 13th, Benjamin Burmeister 14th, EJ O'Rourke, he restarted second, spun around, now he's in 15th. Jordan Worth is in 16th, Brad Newman 17th. Robin Williams is in the 18th position with Jason Berg in 19th. Rounding out our top 20 is Charlie Foster. 21st is Alan Bose, Matt Spangler 22nd, 23rd Josh Fox, Timu Ivanen is in 24th, Nathan Saxon is in 26th, or 25th, Joshua Wessler is in 26th and is out of the race. 26th, 27th, Michael Connie out of the race, 28th, Jordy Lopez, and Kevin King is 29th, all out of the race. We'll see what happens at the end of this thing. The pace lights, let's see if they cut off this time. This is very important to see if they do. And they don't as of yet, Kane, so it looks like it will at least be lap 76 when we get restarted. And that means 4 to go, or 5. Yeah, 5 to go is what we'll have in this race.
I want to remind the viewers to make sure and catch us on Facebook. You can catch us on facebook.com/V8s online, and don't forget to watch us there on YouTube. YouTube.com/V8s online.
That's right. I'm sorry, buddy. I was just getting all excited. If you do watch, make sure you hit the like button. It takes a second, and it gets our video out to more viewers. That way it's easier for them to find it. And these guys that race are awesome. They deserve the views. They're just unbelievable drivers, and they deserve to be seen by a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are very skilled. And most of the guys in this top split are working hard to race in that road to pro and earn their spot in the pro races in the fall. Then hopefully gain a position to race in the NASCAR Peak Series and have a chance at winning $10,000.
Boy, I could use that.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of these guys could use it. And I know what a lot of them would spend a good portion of it on, too.
Me too, buddy. It just runs in the blood, man. Racing, baby.
And that's exactly what this is. This is racing.
And we love it. Gosh, we
These
love it.
cars may not be real, but there is no doubt that the racing is 100% real.
You said it right, brother. This racing is very, very real. Well, here we are, guys. The pace car lights are off. We are 1 to green. Ryan Lowe in the lead. He got there on a gamble. If you're just joining us, what a story this could turn out to be for Ryan. He was literally in the back of the field and stayed out on the last caution and took a gamble on old tires, as several of the guys did. In fact, cars 1 through 10 now have old tires, and the fresher tires start at Casey Tucker in the 11th spot and Brad Davies in 12th. This is going to be extremely fun to watch. Can the old tires hold off Brad Davies and the very fast Casey Tucker, or will Ryan Lowe be able to benefit from maybe a caution to end this thing, and he could win the race on a gamble that he took to get him all the way from the back of the pack to the first position? This could be something else for the Fast Track Sim Chevy team. And also, it'd be a big day for Patrick Crabtree as well. He had an unfortunate wreck earlier. The car got banged up. He stayed out on old bald tires, and he's right here in the second position. Let's see what happens. It's all fixing to unfold for us in just a moment, and I cannot wait to see how this thing finishes up, Kane. I'm praying for a green flag finish. I think we all are, and it's going to happen in just a moment as the guys are getting ready to head into turn 3. This is the most crucial restart of the race, and I'm surprised we're not seeing them tighten up yet, but I'm sure that they're fixing to tighten this grid up because this is a very, very important restart. And this is exactly what we're seeing right now. Here they are heading into turn 3 as the pace car gets ready to head down into pit road. We'll be watching Ryan Lowe and Patrick Crabtree, and the pace car is down. Here comes Ryan Lowe on the inside. He has a great start. Here comes Stephen Azzini as well. Patrick Crabtree not able to get quite the restart that he wanted. Tyler Lawland, also Justin Bolton with a great move now as the 2-car in the bestwestern.com Chevy gets real close to Stephen Azzini, has to hit the brakes, and that's going to cause him a little bit of time. Then on the inside, Tyler Hill now trying to make his way around the number 4 car. Very scary, very loose as well as Tyler Hill. Caution is out, Kane. This could be the race. This could be a win for Ryan Lowe. Now we have to see where the caution took place. It looks like
that's a big wreck.
Yeah, Jeffrey Parker is going to be not even the I think the starter. What happened is you got Brad Davies and Casey Tucker, also the number 27 machine of Kyle McCormick with fresh tires, trying to move up through the field. We're 3 wide. They get almost 4 wide, and then a contact is made at 155 miles per hour, actually 165 miles per hour. It spins the 20 car of Brandon Coppinger around and smashes into the Juicy Fruit Chevrolet, and that is just a chain reaction that sets off. Oh gosh, that was terrible. We're gonna have to watch that several times. What a wreck right there, a big time carnage. Josh Fox involved, Jeffrey Parker involved, you name it, they're in it. It is just pandemonium and a very unfortunate wreck. But how about the story this could make for Ryan Lowe, who's out in the lead right now on lap 77 of 80. And Kane, I don't think there's enough laps to get a restart.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Maybe just a lap, but that's doubtful.
Very doubtful, especially the size of the wreck. Sometimes a wreck that size takes an extra lap of caution, and I think that may be the case. Now, this could be big for Patrick Crabtree to salvage a second place spot on the track, but boy, you know Patrick's praying for 1 lap. Patrick says, give me 1 lap. I know I can catch Ryan. I know I can. But Ryan Lowe is really good on that restart, Kane. I was very, very shocked at how well Ryan Lowe was able to restart on those old tires.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. I was really impressed.
He definitely earned that, and he took a gamble. He did what he had to do, and overall it's paid off. to this point, and it may ultimately give Ryan Lowe the win. Only time will tell. We'll know in just a few moments' time as we are keeping an eye. All eyes are on the lights on that pace car because that is our race. Just depends on what happens with those lights the next time, 2 times by. Wow. What a race, Kane. I'm telling you what, if it just, wow. Brad Davies is in 10th, so if things were to end under caution, he would finish under 10th. Tell you what, there's worries though. If you're Jordan Worth, his car, Kane, is so close to blowing a motor right now. He's praying that he can make it to the end. He's in 12th, and if the race ends like it is right now, he would finish 12th. But if his engine blows and he's not able to finish pacing, he could finish near the back. So that's huge for him. He's praying that he can keep that WingQuest Toyota Camry from blowing up, but it's close. With that black smoke coming out, it is very close.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he makes it because that's a lot of smoke. And
that's what I was fixing to say. I know that you've had that amount of smoke coming out of your car before, and
I end up with that much smoke a lot.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I do too, and cars don't last long when it looks like that. You almost can barely make it to pit road if you're lucky, and right now it's hanging in there, but we'll see. That WingQuest Toyota Camry in rough shape right now for Jordan Worth. That's going to be fun to see if he can salvage this 12th place finish. Obviously, if we restart, he won't be able to run race pace.
Yeah, true. And with 3 laps to go, I think we probably will see a green flag lap.
I'm hoping so, Kane. Now, Jordan Worth's hoping not, and so is Ryan Lowe. Ryan says, give me my victory, I'm ready to go. Let's see what happens as the pace cars get ready to cross the finish line. Go off.
They're on.
Yeah, they're on. They're not going to go off this
time.
time.
I do think they'll go off next time, and we'll get a 1-lap shootout.
Well, Kane, no, we won't, because it'll be lap 80 next time by, so the lights will be off on the final lap. So this is the race.
Now I'm showing 2 laps to go, so when they come around, it will be okay. You're right. Yeah, the lights would be on with 1 lap to go. The lights would go off, so that would be the final lap.
Right. So if the lights do go off, it'll be the final pace lap. Even though they're off, they still have to have 1 off light lap. So that would be lap 80, and that would be our final lap. So how about congratulations to Ryan Lowe on winning this 80-lap race at Pocono in week 14, or dadgummit, Kane, 14. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Yep, round 14.
I have thrown it left. This week off has gotten me, but how about that? Ryan Lowe, Fast Track Sims, guys, I know are happy. I'm happy for Ryan. What a great week, buddy. I'm proud of you, Ryan Lowe. Great race. Patrick Crabtree continues to do well in his point lead. A second place finish will do you fine, bud.
Saint Steve, isn't he, as well? I mean, how about that?
Oh, man, finishing second and third, and these guys are owning the points right now. Beautiful job by Stephen Esney in the banged-up Scrabble car. Look at the thing. Take a picture of that car. He finished third in that bad boy. Justin Bolton, he stayed safe all day long, and it paid off. He finishes fourth. A beautiful job by Justin Bolton. Tyler Hill, the same can be said for you, pal. Finished in the top 5. Good job there in the Timmy Hill Motorsports Chevy SS. Thomas Davis, Kane, he kept chipping away all day long, and the Amp Energy number 12 machine finishes 6th. That's going to be a great finish for him. I like it. Tyler Laughlin, 7th. Benjamin Burmeister, there he. Even with the wreck, able to hold on for a top 10. All right, Kane, Jordan Worth, that thing's smoking worse. It's smoking worse. Is it gonna make
his
it
poor windshield is just littered with oil.
Can he make it 1 more lap? I can't even see out his windshield. Oh, buddy, if he can't make it, I'm telling you what, all he has to do is coast across the finish line. because this is officially the final lap they're on right now. And this is it. How about Ryan Lowe, though? I am
What great! I mean, what a perfect
thoroughly.
plan, perfect strategy.
Oh, it was a gamble, but it paid off. The lights are still on the pace car as they know that the race will not be able to go green. This is it. And heading down the backstretch here at Pocono, 2 more turns to go for Ryan Lowe. And a beautiful race for him. And I tell you what, man, that is a gamble that if you would have told me that was going to work to win this race when it happened, I thought he had about a 5% chance of this happening. And lo and behold, the 5% prevails. That's amazing. Good job, Ryan Lowe. That was an awesome, awesome decision.
It was. What a great strategy. You know, the chances of that working out were really slim, but it worked out for him. And Patrick Crabtree. Patrick spun out and ended up back in 16th. On his own yellow flag, he chose not to go into the pit lane and to take the track position instead. Ended up in second place, and it paid off. Look, he's still in second place. He was in the lead whenever he spun, but he only lost one position out of that deal. And then Steve Esney wrecked early on, finds him in the back of the pack, and a beat up old car. He's had to race around in the back of the pack all night long. A good strategy play got him up into third place, and that's where the race finishes with him in third.
And officially now, Ryan Lowe crosses the finish line and wins here at Pocono. Patrick Crabtree comes across in second. Stephen Esney rounding out our top 3. Justin Bolton 4th. Tyler Hill 5th. Thomas Davis 6th. Tyler Laughlin will finish 7th with Benjamin Burmeister in 8th. Greg McKinney will finish 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Brad Davies. Then in 11th, it is Jordan Worth. He was able to bring the smoking bucket of metal around, and he scores an 11th place finish. Charlie Foster in the last row motorsports machine finishes 12th. Alan Bowes in the Monster Energy machine finishes 13th. Jeffrey Parker is able to come across today in a 14th position finish. Kyle McCormick gets a juicy fruit finish of 15th. Timu Ivanen will finish 16th, and what a frustrating day for Casey Tucker after a job well done. Frustrating finish for him. In 18th, Brandon Coppinger finishes 18th. Brad Newman 19th. Robin Williams rounds out your top 20. Josh Fox in the 21st spot. Jason Berg will be 22nd. Nathan Saxon finishes 23rd. And EJ O'Rourke will finish 24th. Matt Spangler did not end up finishing, or he did, 4 laps down, finishes 25th. Sasha Wessler, these are the guys that did not able to finish. 26th, Sasha Wessler. Michael Conti, 27th. Jordy Lopez Jr., 28th, and Kevin King, 29th. What a race, and a big, big congratulations again for Ryan Lowe. I can't say that enough. The gamble that paid off. Who would have thought that would have happened? In fact, Kane, I remember when that he stayed out, we talked about would that pay off, and both of us said, man, we were just thinking he'd be lucky to stay in the top 10, and here he is walking away with a victory. You cannot ask for the racing gods to give you a present like that. I mean, he deserved it. He made the right gamble, and sometimes racing is all about strategy and making the right call at the right time, and that's exactly what he did today.
Yeah, he is a deserving driver. He's had some really great races up to this point. He's had some really great race cars, and he's also had some really bad luck. So he's definitely a driver that has been doing well this season, and I've been looking for him to end up in victory lane. And here he is. So great job to Ryan Lowe. That strategy really paid off well.
It really did. And on another note, Kane, a frustrating day if you're Brad Davies. I know he gets a top 10, but here's the guy, had the car I thought that could win this race. I know that Brad Davies knew he had a winning car today, and he decides to make the pit stop, which is, of course, what I think I would have done, and I think the majority of people would have done if you're in the lead and you think everybody's going to pit. And of course, all the leaders did pit up in, and he comes back out. You got plenty of time, you think, to make up the time and boy, 2 back-to-back cautions on restarts in the race before you can try to make that spot up, and just a tough, tough day, especially for my good buddy, Mr. Casey Tucker, who ended up getting an incident there. At least Brad Davies was able to get that top 10. Let's bring in Steven Esney real quick. I want to have a word with Steven here as soon as if I can get a copy from Steven. Steven, do you
I'm
have a
here.
copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Absolutely. Man, that was one heck of a race we just saw at Pocono. It was definitely a unique finish. After we saw, I'm just proud of you, buddy. You finished with a car that didn't have a back end. It didn't have hardly nothing, but you made a good call at the end to stay out on old tires, and it pays off with a third place finish.
Yeah, the car definitely wasn't worthy of third after the damage, but before it, I think we had a top three car. And I mean, sucks Conti was involved in that too, because he probably would have won. But we had a car that could have finished second, I think, without damage. And after that, we just kind of better to hang out in the back. And if I got a chance to stay out, I did it, and stayed out and able to get third. Definitely didn't deserve to finish there with the car broken like that, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I would take it too. I can't believe Ryan Lowe comes away with the victory after just deciding to stay out there at the end. We had once the Stephen, your car, and also Michael Conti's car got in the incident. After that, the fastest car on the track was Brad Davies in the number 18 car. And he had everything going his way the entire second half of the race. And then he decided to make a pit stop there with what he thought would be plenty of time to make up 3 or 4 spots. That's what I thought only guys were going to stay out. But of course, we had about 12 guys stay out there. And ultimately, he couldn't catch up because we had back to back cautions. And who would have thought that would have happened? It was just a really, really fun race to watch. And I'm really proud of you and both you and Ryan Lowe and also Patrick Crabtree. You guys ended up getting a great finish, and I know you say you don't deserve it, but when you look at the car that you had coming into the race today, you deserve to finish about where you did. You had a top 3 car, like you said. I think you had a car that possibly could have won this race, and you ended up getting out here with a third place finish. So that was really awesome.
Well, some of these races, strategy plays such a big part, and this was a race that proves that strategy does still play a big part in these things, and it's so awesome to see a race like this where strategy can can take that car that's beat up and is missing the whole back end off of it and put you right back up there where you deserve to finish. The same for Patrick Crabtree, who spun out there while leading the race, ended up back in 16th, stayed out, and he got to finish up there where he deserves. So sometimes that strategy works out, and it worked out really great today.
Yeah, I know Patrick's actually my teammate, so is Casey, and I think they were a little faster than Brad. We all were as a team on the long run, and I think it should have been between Patrick and Casey for the win, which I was really hoping they'd have a shot at. And then Patrick got a little loose there, and the caution kind of saved us. But us as a team, PSRG and LDR, we kind of merged together, and we've been really fast as a late. I know you guys missed the Dover race, but we had a car that could have probably capable of winning there too. So if we just keep doing this every week, should be talking to you guys more after these races. But all in all, good finish for us. I know the car was really fast, and just can't thank the guys back at PSRG and LDR, Rick Shelton Chassis, and everyone that does everything for us for getting us to where we are right now.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot for coming and having a chat with us, Steven. You're
Anytime,
doing
guys.
absolutely, but you're doing really well in the point standings. We'll be looking for you to continue the good pace, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully we can do it again next week at Michigan.
Absolutely, brother. You take care. That's Steven Esney, everybody, and a great third place finish by him tonight. Next, let's bring in here the points leader, Patrick Crabtree, driver of the Raptor SVT Ford Fusion. And Patrick, what's happening, brother?
Not much, man. How about yourself?
Just got through watching an amazing race there. Just very interesting race. I thought that you guys, everybody on your team had an incredibly fast setup today. All the cars I thought were very fast. I thought that either you, Patrick, you, Steven, even especially Casey, had extremely fast cars, and it was really fun watching you guys up at the front all day long. Very unfortunate for Casey, but what an incredible way for the cards to fall for you, Patrick. Second place finish on a call after the incident to stay out on older tires, and it pays off in the end. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was thinking I was like totally screwed when that happened because I was way back in like 18th, and then I saw like the whole pack come down to pit, and I was just like, "Holy crap! I'm gonna be back in like second place because Ryan Lowe stayed out." So we figured there was 10 to go. There's probably gonna be cautions to the end, so it was definitely the right call to make.
Well, you called it right. I thought when we came into Pocono today, we were going to have long green flag runs here, and it was actually the exact opposite. And it ended up working even better for you guys at the end. You look at you and Patrick Crabtree. I have a still photo on my screen right now of y'all right there on that final restart, and he has no back end. His car's so banged up. Yours has obviously been in a spin out. Your tires are probably bald on one side of the tire. And then you guys come across second and third. Just a fantastic way for the cars to fall for you. But you guys earned that. Y'all had an extremely fast car today. And I think that sometimes, even when bad incidents happen, you deserve to have a good finish, and that's what you guys got today. So it's going to help you in the points, man. It's congratulations, doing a good job up there in B1.
Absolutely. When we unloaded this week and we started testing, we were so slow. And then all of a sudden, we just put in our Dover setup and we were flat flying. I kid you not.
Well, unfortunately, for the first time since Kane and myself have been broadcasting, and we have never missed a week of racing, and this was our first week we've ever taken off at Dover, and I hated it because Dover is one of my favorite tracks. Tell us a little bit about Dover because we weren't able to see it.
Uh, about all you missed was the huge cliff and Steven finishing pretty well. He was kind of upset about that.
That sounds good. I'm excited about us going back there near the end of the season, though. It's a fun track. I love it there. It's real intense, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah, the racing, it's a fast, short track, beating and banging, huge tire fall off, makes for great racing.
Awesome, buddy. Well, thanks so much for coming by and talking with us, Patrick. You just keep doing what you're doing and staying first in the points, man. It's making it real fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks guys. See you next week.
Absolutely, buddy. That is Patrick Crabtree, everybody, driver of the Raptor SVT Ford Fusion, first in the points and doing a fantastic job. Let's bring in his teammate, Casey Tucker, and driver the number 28 Ford Fusion and the Duval Designs Ford Fusion here today. And Casey, how about that race, buddy?
Uh, it was a good race up until the end.
I know. Casey, I'll be the first one to say I am sorry about what happened out there. I thought that you deserved to finish a lot higher. I thought you had a car that could win this race today, and I'm sure that you felt the same way. Extremely fast. You and also Patrick and Steven had extremely fast cars. Michael Conti had a very fast car as well, but after the Steven Esney and Michael Conti incident, I thought that between Brad Davies and you and Patrick Crabtree, y'all had the three fastest cars on the track. And they, after their incidents, I said, okay, well, they're out of it. Now it's going to be between Brad Davies, Patrick, or not, or Brad Davies and yourself. And then you and Brad Davies go in to get four fresh tires. And I'm thinking, okay, well, these guys are going to have the fresh tires. They'll drive back up through the front, and it's going to be a battle for these two for the win. And then that's not the case. We had back to back cautions, and I just felt like you got stuck out there, and they never gave you a chance to prove yourself. So just a tough break, buddy.
Yeah, it was no fun. At the end, just getting bad breaks and stuff. Tried to make some moves there on that last restart, and guys didn't really give room. But it happens, I guess. It's
That
racing,
was
I
going to
suppose.
be my next question. Tell us a little bit about what was happening there on that final incident. It looked like y'all ran out of room. Everybody, I know obviously you and Brad were fighting to get around the slower traffic of the old tire cars.
Yeah, well, pretty much. He was outside of me. He didn't do anything wrong. And Coppinger, he didn't do anything wrong. He was running his line. I left Coppinger a little room in case he bobbled or anything, and all that stuff. And then whoever, I forget his name, I don't ever see him any much because he's usually not running up front. But whoever's running in that 26 car, he just didn't leave me any room, and then he was frustrated at me because I was trying to go forward. But I guess I should have known, trying to pass cars that aren't usually running around traffic that can race around each other. So that was my mistake, I guess.
Absolutely, buddy. It happens. I mean, you guys were racing to get up there and win a race, and that's definitely understandable. It's Pocono. There's obviously everybody thinks there's plenty of room out there. What could go wrong, and then boom, next thing you know, something happens. It's part of racing, and but man, I tell you what, these setups ever since the merger, you guys have done. It seems like y'all are fast every week, and that's got to be striking fear into the hearts of these other teams, man. You guys get faster and faster every week.
Yep, sets are definitely fast. I don't know, the guys just put in good work, and cars good every week. It's hard to argue with that. I don't know, just maybe we'll win one of these days, but got to catch a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
We're
you
just
guys are so close. I mean, tonight having the 2-3 finish was great, and well, you was almost up there too. It was looking great for you guys until that last big incident. That last one took out like 10 or 12 cars. That was a big one.
right. The mistake I made was I should have just stayed out. I don't know why I pitted. I guess I thought they could make it to the end green from there, and I would be able to pass those guys again. But too many people stayed out. Too many people took two. So it was really from there. It was just hopefully getting a top five or maybe even into top three if I did really good. But just stuff didn't prevent that or didn't allow that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just ended up crashed, but it's whatever. It's on. I'll run Sunday and hopefully be able to make up some points.
That's what I was fixing to say. Well, don't even look at Sunday, Casey. You obviously are very, very, very good at the larger tracks, and we're heading to Michigan next week, man. And I just got a feeling that you'll be really fast out there. It seems like the bigger the track, the faster you are. And I hope that's the case when we head to Michigan. I mean, you were extremely fast at Pocono. It just didn't fall your way today. And maybe Sunday, if you have the same pace you had today, I think that you'll have a great result, man. I don't think there's any reason to worry about that.
Right. Now, I'm sure we'll be fast at Michigan. We're fast. We've been fast every week, like you said, since the merger, and I don't expect anything different from Michigan. And the reason I was saying Sunday is I can't actually race the Friday race. I've got to race in real life that day, and then Sunday is another Pocono race where we have 3 races a week. So I'll get to hopefully run that one. And
Awesome.
but if I can run that one and make up the points, because you got to salvage some points, it's not good to drop that many points in 1 week. But yeah, hopefully I can run that, and then yeah, like you said, on to next week in Michigan, and we'll be faster, I'm sure. So should be looking for us to run up front there too.
Absolutely, Casey. Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, you just keep doing what you're doing. You have improved so much since just about 4 weeks ago. It seems like each week you're getting better and better. And I just got a feeling. I mean, heck, I thought you were going to win Kansas. Michael Conti just barely edged you out there. And today you had a car that could have won again. So just keep it up, buddy. And I bet you got a win coming up real soon.
Yeah, thanks. So we will, and it's just like I said, got to catch a break, and I'm sure we will eventually. And um, good guys back at the shop, putting up good cars every week. Hard not to win eventually, I guess.
That's it, brother. Well, best of luck to you at Michigan. Anybody you want to thank before you jump out of here?
Yeah. Just everybody at PSRG and LDR. I want to thank Dylan Duvall. Big thanks for painting me the car and putting in hard work on it. It looks really good, and I've got quite a few more of them that I'm gonna be running eventually. Probably more into the Pro Series than anything, but I may run a few here and there for y'all to see. But he's painted me a lot of nice cars, and he did a really good job on that one. And
Awesome.
y'all see some coming up here soon, hopefully. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much PSRG. Duval and Chad Coleman for spotting for me the whole race. He did a good job of, making the calls, keeping me out of trouble. Just still can't avoid everything. It happens.
That's it, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I was excited. I was looking around for the Fast and All paint out there, and I said, "Wait a minute, wait a minute." There's Casey. He's in the he's in the Duval Designs machine right there, buddy, and it looked good out there. So you telling me you got more designs out there? We get me excited. I love some new paints. So bring them on.
Oh yeah, we'll have some special paints for you. You'll get to see them later on in the season. Probably more towards the end. I might pull out a few. I'll probably run this one for a little while, and then I'll maybe run a different one here and there. But yep, it'll be. He did a good job on it, and he's got more in store. So you'll have more to see.
Yeah,
Well,
he's a definitely a good artist there on those paint
uh,
schemes.
I was about to say we'll give him a shout out right now. Dylan Duvall, fantastic job on the paints, brother. And Casey, go get uh, go get ready for Michigan, buddy. You need that's gonna be your win right there. I'm gonna call it right now.
I hope you're right, and thank you. I'll definitely head over there. And y'all, thanks for broadcasting the race and everything. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, buddy. It's good to be back, and we'll be definitely back for Michigan next week, buddy. Take care. That's Casey Tucker, everybody, driver of the Dylan Duvall's Ford Fusion, and a great fast car today. Just unfortunately not the way the end of the race fell. The cards just didn't fall in his hands today. But this guy is just getting so fast, Kane. I know that his time is coming for another win. He's not his only win will not be just the Daytona Shootout. He's gonna get another win, if not two. So
I agree. He's definitely found some pace. His whole
boy,
team has. Steve,
yeah, I was about to
Steve
say,
Esney's been doing great. Patrick is, now he's leading the points, and that's big in itself, considering as well as Jordy Lopez Jr. had been doing, and so to take over that points lead from Jordy, and now he's gained well over 200 points. So that's interesting. That's definitely a big feat.
it is. It's a really good thing, and it's got to make them feel good as a team. You merge together, things start clicking, and that's just it's gotta be a good feeling for you. I mean, these guys. Let's just face it, they're doing awesome together, and it's paying off. It's gonna be fun to see how the remainder of this season lays out with them performing like they are. The some of the other guys got to step it up, man. I think we'll see that here soon. The competition really starts to tighten up as we continue onward in the season.
Yeah, we're over halfway now, so it's really going to start picking up.
It is. It really is. Michigan next week. We start what I like to call the summer series of tracks. Your Michigan, and of course we just did Pocono, which I absolutely love. We'll be doing Pocono again real soon, believe it or not. But it's going to look like this the next couple weeks. Kane, are you ready for this? Michigan, and then we have Sonoma. I love heading to the road course. I think it's going to be a very interesting race. We have 55 laps at Infineon. That's going to be amazing. Then we head to Kentucky. Then we're going to have a little night action at Kentucky, but we're also going to have another night as we head back to Daytona. That could be uh, that could be a win right there for our good friend. I think he's outstanding at Daytona, and then New Hampshire. I
Yeah,
love
Casey, you're talking about Casey Tucker there. That
absolutely,
he is good at Daytona.
absolutely. After Daytona, it'll be New Hampshire, and then we head to the Brickyard, Kane. That's going to be a special race. Then we're back to Pocono. Then we hit the Glen, then Michigan. You see what I mean? The summer tracks kind of have a little pattern every year. But after that race, after the Glen, we hit Michigan one more time, and then we're done with what I call the summer series. We hit Bristol, Atlanta, and Richmond, and then we're done. So that's how the remainder of our season lays out. And if you're looking at a schedule that favors this team, I think that it favors them well, because with Daytona, Indianapolis, Pocono, I don't know how they'll do on the road courses. That's kind of but we're heading back to Pocono again. They'll perform well there. Michigan twice, and Atlanta they'll do well. So it's a schedule that really favors them well. Patrick Crabtree up at the top of the points right now. He has a wonderful chance of winning this thing. It's going to be fun to see how things lay out, but it is really good to be back in the broadcast booth, buddy. I missed it last week, and it was a fantastic race tonight at Pocono, and we can't wait to bring you the action again next Wednesday from Michigan. If you get a chance, make sure you guys come by and check out the Friday night broadcast.
Big
As
broadcast Friday.
That's right. Tell them a little bit about what's going on Friday in the V8 America Series.
Well, if you follow road racing at all, or follow the V8 Supercar Series at all, you know that their biggest race of the year is Bathurst, and this week is Bathurst week. We will head to Bathurst for, I think, 28 or 29 laps there at the mountain, and it's going to be a fantastic race. These guys work hard all season long to practice for Bathurst, and these V8 Supercars are bad fast, and these guys are super talented.
There's just something special about Mount Panorama. It's just something about it. When you have a racetrack and its name is Mount Panorama, I mean, just think about that for a minute. That's just, I mean, that's like heaven. If heaven had a racetrack, it would be Bathurst. I'm telling you, this place is amazing, Kane. You know it. I know it. If you don't watch any of the V8's America's races all year, make sure you at least catch this one this Friday. It's going to be fantastic, and you can catch it on v8sonline.com. You can also catch it on YouTube. Just search V8s Online, and Kane and myself are always looking forward to you guys coming and watching the show. We want to thank all of
Another
our...
thing you can do is jump in the V8 Supercar and race it. That would be even more fun.
That is true. It's going to continue. That's a series that'll grow all in itself once we get the new car for it. But I just wanted to say before we get out of here, thanks to all our loyal viewers that come each week. We do appreciate you watching. Make sure you guys like the video, share it, and that way we can get it out to more people. The more people that watch this show, the better, and the more that we grow.
I want to thank the guys at PSRG for coming and talking with us after the race. Also want to remind all the drivers that you too can come and talk with us after the race. And matter of fact, we appreciate it very much if you do. Come thank your sponsors, thank your team, thank the guy that made your setup, thank the guy that painted your car. Come watch out, come talk with us after the race and let those guys know you appreciate what they do to help contribute to your team. And we'd love to hear it, so come join us after the race and give us the good word.
That sounds like a wrap right there. You heard it from the man himself, Kane Kraft, telling you to get your butts out here and have a chat with us post-race, especially if you win the thing. If you win the race, come have a word with us. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, guys, y'all have a wonderful evening. I can't even talk. It was a long, good race, buddy. I want to congratulate Ryan Lowe one more time on a fantastic win that nobody saw coming. That was a great race to watch. I really enjoyed that one. Guys, make sure you come back next Wednesday as we tackle Michigan International Speedway. This is an hoss of a raceway. Extreme speeds, extreme fun. I love Michigan, and I think that it is going to be one of the best races of the year. Do not miss next week. Same time, same place. We'll be back with you live next week from Michigan. You guys have a great night.